everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Late Night Leo's Open Chat. Tonight's episode is brought to you by our generous sponsors, Luxurious Leopards, Lewis Leo Lovables, SC Geckos, Residual Arts, the Reptile Report Marketplace, and Holly's Homebred Reptiles. So tonight I have got Jeff and Brad. You guys want to say hello?
Hello.
What's going on?
You said to say hello.
Oh, I apologize. Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Eric. We have Eric.
Hello. Oh, Eric's on too.
Okay. Hooray!
What's up, Eric? Yeah. When are you gonna submit a Hatchling of the Year gecko? Eric?
I already did twice.
When are you gonna submit another one?
Okay, I didn't know I had to submit 5 all at one time.
No, I'm just saying. Jeff hasn't submitted anything.
I know. I'm bad.
Jeff doesn't even take pictures anymore.
I know.
I haven't. I got to do a photo shoot. I got a bunch of people asking me for stuff that I can't ship because it's too hot anyway. But are you guys still shipping?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I shipped last week, but it's my average temperature here is 90, so it's going to be few and far between now.
Yeah, no.
I haven't shipped anything.
Last week was just way too hot. It was way too hot here.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad. But do you guys use cold packs at all?
No, I haven't.
You should try them.
They don't last that long, do they?
I've heard that they do. I've heard that they could. Yeah.
I'll have to get some.
The trick I do is I don't poke any holes in the side of the box, and I tape it up really good, and then put the cold pack inside, so that way there's no air transfer at all.
Yeah.
Because those corrugated boxes start transferring heat, and then you've got the styrofoam, and that starts holding the heat back, and then you got a cold pack inside there. So.
Yeah, no,
it gets tricky sometimes because, I shipped last week. I think it was Tuesday, and it was in the low 90s here, and it was, I think the high was 68 where the package went to.
Yeah. That's why those Phase 22 sound like a good way to go.
I looked those up.
I haven't used any of them yet.
I haven't either.
Do you guys know which ones to buy?
I didn't know. That would be...
if you go to, I think it's a Cryo Pack something, that's the name of the company, and they're panels, and there's different size panels and then interlocking panels, and you can actually build a box out of the Phase 22s.
Huh.
I don't know. I wish
$100 for shipping. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Turns it into a 30-pound box.
Yeah. I use the ones that comes in a sheet, and they're little cubes, and you cut out the individual cubes, soak them in water, and there's the gel material inside of them, soaks up the water. You put them in the freezer, and they work pretty good. Yeah, they're not they're just a regular cold pack.
Yeah, the Phase 22 stay the same temperature, right? If you put them in at 80, they stay at 80 for whatever.
Yeah.
I think they they steady out to a certain, stabilize to a certain temperature.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to, I got to look into that.
Yeah,
and then it's do you add more into the shipping and stuff like that? I want to try to keep my shipping as low as I can.
Yeah, it's always a deal breaker.
Yeah.
They spend, $100 on a gecko and it's $80 to ship. It's I'll just save my money and go to a local show.
Yeah.
But shows don't always have what you want.
Yeah, that's true.
I've bought very few at shows.
You buy yours online then?
Yeah. Or
okay. I've picked up a few at shows though.
Yeah, I have. I got some from geckos, etc. I got.
Yeah.
I think I bought some.
Like, you know what it's like to go to a show and see some of those big breeders.
Yeah, no, it's cool. The Sacramento show it's great, man. You just go there and I mean, there's too many choices though.
Yeah, we don't have that many choices as far as gecko breeders down here.
Yeah,
It's like old Willie's Gecko House or something like that. Like
a guy smoking a cigar without a shirt on.
Yeah. Got a gecko named Lucky. It's got like one eye and two legs.
We gotta get Brad out here to California.
Yeah, come on out.
I'm still waiting for Josh to send me that plane ticket.
Oh, Josh, get on it.
Seriously, where are those two anyway? Man,
I don't know.
Hey,
Should we try calling them?
Yeah. You know it.
They're still at the shop, aren't they?
Oh, there you go. Call the shop, dude, and ask for Sasha.
Yeah.
Get her on air.
Yeah.
Don't do
the voice impersonation and ask if they sell the willow line tangs.
And you help me find a willow line tang?
Wait. Can one of you guys message me on Facebook the shop's number?
Let me see if I can.
I was gonna say I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
I can call their cell phone.
Try that too.
Okay, yeah, we'll do the cell phone first. It's dialing.
Yeah. There you go. And Yvonne is posting links in the chat, guys, if you're interested in the Phase 22 gel cryo pack things.
I gotta get to the chat.
I'm trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello, is Josh there?
Yeah, it's a little obvious, guys.
You have willow tang. What's it obvious?
Yeah, what's going on? It's that timing though. We're just doing our raffle ticket drawings in the store here.
Are you really?
Sweet.
Yeah. Nice.
What is my name in the fishbowl?
Yeah.
So, you may call me back in like an hour, you guys.
All right.
All right, guys. Take it easy, Josh.
Have a good night.
How is that obvious?
Yeah,
He's on his laptop sitting right there.
Yeah, we're probably listening. I know
Did you call him from your number, Morgan? Like what number shows up on his caller ID?
I have no idea. Whatever number the Blog Talk has, it probably says Blog Talk.
Yeah, that might be a good way. I'm not sure.
You guys want to take a caller? We're doing contests tonight. We're giving away $75, 3 $25 gift certificates. So if you want to call 1-646-716-5403, we'll put you in a raffle or something and get you a gift card. So caller from the 310, you're on the air.
Hey, Matt,
Hello.
Are you on? Hey, Matt, answer the phone. Hey, Morgan, you picked up my buddy Matt.
Oh, God.
Hello, Matt.
No, he's gone now.
Oh, he was probably listening from the cell phone. Yeah. Yeah, he probably got disconnected.
Anyways.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah. So, Eric, are you going to the Reading show in July?
I am not, no.
Oh,
That's
man.
just too far for me to travel around because I'll be doing the Reptile Super Show in San Diego. I've got my son's birthday coming up at the end of July. And then in August we have the Pomona Super Show. And then in September we've got the Anaheim NARBC. So,
yeah. You gotta rub all these cool shows in our face.
Yeah, I was about to say, I gotta go to California.
You know, and then the wino gecko, and they're talking about super shows and.
Yeah, when every show ends or has something to do with super show, then I'm envious.
Yeah, I know. No, I'd like to go to the Pomona one. Or even
I'm going to Pomona. That's in August, right?
Yeah, there's one in January and there's one in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, August 9th and 10th?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to make sure I'm there on the right weekend.
It's huge. Oh, yeah, that would be good.
That's always
a plus. Don't go on the right weekend.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, dude, they have it's mass amounts of vendors. In January we did have geckos, etc. We had BHB reptiles come in from Michigan. A bunch of people come in. So.
Oh, nice, Brian Barchuk from BHB.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I'd love to go to Pomona and harass everybody. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd even like to
have a live show there.
Well, that's what we're going to do at Reading, too. Reading will kind of be like the soft, live, late-night Leo's harassment of the vendors while they're trying to sell stuff. And and then I will really hit it hard in Pomona with, like, maybe get a couple people to come and take cameras with, like, really bright flash and stuff, you know?
An entourage.
Yeah.
You'll be hard
paparazzi.
for us to do that, dude, because the vendors usually have no time to talk to many people other than customers. It is jam-packed at that show. And then they have the auction, the US Arc auction, from 6 till whenever it ends after the show. So you go to the hotel and they have the donations, and you can basically pick up cool pets and stuff. So that would be the time to go interview people, because then they get drunk.
Yeah.
Get the real stories.
Yeah. Right up somebody's alley, I think.
Yeah.
I'm Ken Bar. How's the show in Costa Mesa? The fairgrounds? Is that one any good?
The Repticon?
I guess.
By South Carolina or East Coast standards or LA standards?
Yeah.
LA standards? No, it's not.
Why don't you just say it's
Can I drop people from my end of the line? Can I drop them all?
Yeah, if you hang up.
Drop us all. Drop us all.
I don't like that idea.
No, I went to one at the fairgrounds, God, years ago. I don't think Repticon was putting it on then.
Yeah, they do the America's Family Pet Expo in the Costa Mesa Fairgrounds, or Orange County Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And it's small. It's just, you go from a reptile super show that has probably, I don't know, they said something like 250, 300 plus vendors at a reptile super show, and then you go to a Repticon where you might have 100 vendors, or maybe even 50 vendors.
Selling cat supplies and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, they put the reptiles in their own section. So, unlike last year where they tried to put the rodents and small animals in our area, which wasn't a really good idea.
It's going crazy.
So this year they moved those people out, and so they put them in their own area. Yeah, like the rat rescue of the U.S. or whatever, America or whatever was in our building. It's like, that's probably not a good idea. We're right across from Lane Labs that's selling frozen rats.
Get the monitors all fired up
in our own area. Yeah, all the snakes were really attentive at that show. But they have them in our own area. You get a lot of looky-loos. You get a lot of people that are there for cats, dogs. They do a dog show. They do a cat show. I mean, actual AKC show type deal where you get points and whatever. So a lot of people are just there because they're looking for at the cats and dogs, and then they wander into the Repticon. So
they get all creeped out.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I went to one there. God, it must have been the late 90s I went to one at the fairgrounds there. And I remember seeing it, and it wasn't, I doubt it was Repticon, but I remember seeing albinos. I didn't even know they were trimpers or whatever, but they were like, $1,500, $2,000 or something. And it's like, whoa. and we're just, carrot tails and high yellows were real big then, and then I don't know, and those were high priced too. I don't even remember who was there. It may have been Prehistoric Pets or somebody that's been around for a long time. But
I would say it was probably just local shops and at the time local shops.
Yeah, I don't know.
Getting into it because
I was living in Anaheim, and I don't know, I seen it. I don't know, somebody gave me a ticket or something. I said, I'm going to go check it out.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even think that show was put on. I mean, the America's Family Pet Expo. I think a couple of years ago. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on it. But a couple of years ago, picked up Repticon. Before they really didn't have any reptiles, so it was just dogs, cats, and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, no, it was real small too when they had it. It was like in the it was like in a building or something. And I remember...
Yeah, reptile shows have come a long way around here.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of house geckos for like $3 each or something.
Cat-eyed snake or something?
Yeah, they were little house... No, I was just raising them.
Yeah, little Mediterranean house geckos,
Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of them. And then I brought them home, and I had a big tank, and I had a whole bunch of them cruising around. I've always had something, man. I thought they were cool because they were climbing up the glass, so...
they were cool back, so they're just getting into something. They're very easy to care for.
And they got out in the apartment too, and they cruised along the kitchen wall up by the ceiling, and and I'd hear my wife freaking out, and I'd run in there with a fish net and try to get him and put him back.
Tell her when it's a tokay, she has a right to freak out, but it's
my son had a tokay that got out too, and that thing was wicked. It was.
Oh yeah, I bet, man.
Yeah, this was. Oh God, we're living in Anaheim there.
Yep. Yeah, reptile shows in this area. So Brad. Nothing against the East Coast because we used to have the small shows. It just one promoter, which is the guy that runs Reptile Super Show. He's really done a lot to network for reptile shows and get his shows out on billboards. He even had it mentioned on NCIS LA. So he had connections. He marketed it. But NARBC Anaheim used to be the big show. That was like the one time a year everyone just...
That's at the convention center, right?
Yeah, And that was like the show. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was the show to go to. So when I got back into really kind of trying to get my son interested in it, and that was like 2006 or so, we were going to that show, and Reptile Super Show was the small show. That was, if you wanted obscure stuff, you went to a Reptile Super Show kind of deal, or you went to one of the other small shows if there were any. But everyone waited for NARBC Anaheim. Now it's the other way around. Reptile Super Show's taken over. They do 3 shows a year. NARBC Anaheim really has cut back on almost everything they do, and it's really a relatively small show now here in Anaheim. And then they do the Repticon, so.
God, the whole reptile thing's grown since the time I, was young.
Yeah. Yeah, man. When I got my first ball python, they were just like, oh, yeah, just stick it in a tank and give it water and mist it every now and then.
Yeah.
Like, okay, wow, this is cool. Yeah, they were like, feed it once a month almost. I was like, yeah, all right.
That's all they'll want to eat, too. They're picky little sons of guns. Sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I had a couple ball pythons, years ago. Normals, of course. I was living in Fountain Valley. And I picked them up over there at Prehistoric Pets. And those guys have been around for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was called, I think it was called like Exotic Pets at first, and then I forget the guy's name. And then they turned it into Prehistoric Pets and then opened up the shop next door, and they put a pond in there and all kinds of cool stuff.
And started making purple Burmese pythons
or something.
Yeah. Purple retics.
Yeah.
Well, he's got, you know, he's done a lot of stuff for retics, but he has a lot of people that pay attention to that stuff underneath him. So it's not just him.
Oh yeah.
He's actually networked and gotten a lot of knowledgeable people that were maybe doing it on a smaller scale and provided them a space to do it on a big scale for him. So
yeah,
you know, he really worked it to his advantage, which, I mean, that's a smart businessman.
Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. He's been there forever.
And you get the best minds involved and get them on your side and help the cause. That's pretty good.
And, God, I don't know how long they've been there, but I think they were there when I was in high school. I graduated that in '79, so they've been around for a while.
Oh yeah, big time, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were around that long. I thought they were kind of like a late '80s, early '90s store.
No, I'm sure it was at least early '80s. I'm sure.
Well, that's good, because you really don't see reptile stores stay around for too long. They're always, you know, they're if there's not reptiles just in a general pet store, reptile-specific stores are just constantly rotating. One shuts down, another pops up. That one shuts down, another one pops up.
Yeah,
so
down in L.A., Orange County, you see a lot of that. Up here, there's one guy's been around for a long time up here. He's going to be at the
but then what happens when he's gone? Yeah, what happens when he's gone? What happens to the shop?
Oh, it's his house.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, he took his house, and like where the living room would be is like where he has all supplies, and I don't know, he's got beardies and all kinds of stuff, and then he turned the garage into like nothing but snake tanks and just all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an East Coast transplant, isn't he?
No.
I'm just messing with Brad.
He does smoke a cigar.
I don't even like this show. I'll see you on next week.
Reptile shows too.
No, he doesn't.
His reptile show in his house is bigger than the ones that we have around here.
Possibly he's got more vendors.
Yeah. No, he does a lot of like school shows and you know, stuff like that, you know, around here. Well, down in Chico mainly, but he goes to schools and, you know, does a lot of that. So he does a lot of shows every year. He does the Sacramento show, he does the Chico show, he's gonna be at Reading.
Oh, nice. That'll be awesome.
And he's been down south too, I'm sure. I think he did the promotion.
Oh, well?
Yeah, Ron's Reptiles. He's out of Chico there.
Oh, no kidding? Oh, dude, he's always at the Reptile Super Shows, dude.
Yeah.
I see him 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah?
I didn't realize that was who it was.
No, Ron and Donna, he knows me.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Next time I see him, I'll say, hey, Jeff Scott says hello.
Yeah, told him that Medallion Echo guy.
Yeah, there you go. Because I bought my collapsible snake hook from him.
Oh yeah, he has those in his where the front room would be.
Oh, okay. Well, I only see him at a table with his blue banner that says Ron's Reptiles, and he wears blue shirts.
Got a big snake or something.
Yeah.
I'm
familiar with him. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely familiar with him, man. So
yeah.
I just got word last night. A friend of mine, their local, they picked up 2 ball pythons at the NARBC Arlington, and the local pet store that they were getting the reptile store they were getting their mice from or rats from, just spent all this money renovating, and he went down there this weekend to go get a feeder, and they were closed, like for good.
Oh, really?
People spent money like renovating it, a month-long renovation, and it was open for a week after the renovations, and then they closed the doors for good.
Oh, geez.
So that's what I mean by it's a cycle. Like maybe they overspent and they didn't really kind of manage the cost of renovation to what their revenue was. I don't know. But that's kind of sad that they renovated all the enclosures and everything else only to close down.
That's kind of what happens up here.
Happens up here a lot. Well, the economy up here is a lot different, but you'll see a restaurant open up, like a family restaurant, go lease a building and open up, and they'll do real good. And if they last a year, they're lucky. If they get through the first year, they usually stick around. But the money part of the business is real important.
Yep.
I know there's a reptile. There's a reptile store down here that's actually getting a lot bigger. They've opened it. There was a store in Lodi, and then they opened up a retail in Elk Grove, and then they opened up another one in Roseville, and now they're talking about another one in Modesto.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah. They're getting big fast, and I mean
who's that?
That's the Serpentarium or Snake Museum.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, they're getting pretty big, and they just announced that they're going to be doing wholesale pricing now too for stuff, and then they're going to have the THG heat case in stock.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice. That way I don't have to wait a week for it to be shipped. It's right here. I just go to the store and there you grab it at the RBI price, because I looked it up and it's the same price as RBI, and I don't have to pay for shipping, and I don't have to wait for it.
That's like here.
That's pretty badass.
Anything that I get here, I got to have shipped. I can go get mice and whatever. But everything else.
You guys are looking around out, yes, no way.
Except like water and stuff. We got water.
Water and trees. You got a lot of trees there too.
Oh God, we got trees.
If you ever needed to make birdhouses, Jeff's got enough wood.
Oh yeah.
You can go chop a tree down.
we got trees and rocks and red dirt.
Yeah.
You got red dirt,
That's not bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
better than brown dirt.
No, red.
Not if you have white culture.
Did you see that post? I talked to one of my customers that came from Pakistan, and I showed him a picture of a leopard gecko. Yeah, and he said that they come out of dirt, not sand, but dirt. And he was specific to tell me that it's not sand there. It's like dirt. You go out here to your front yard, and you dig up some dirt. I don't recommend going to your front yard and digging up dirt, but that's the kind of dirt it is. It's not sand. It's not mud. It's not clay. It's a red dirt, a soil.
Yeah, ours is kind of clay, but yeah. If you did do something like from your yard or something, you just bake it.
Yeah, to get it wet, bake it. Yeah.
Bake it, microwave it, then kill off all the good and the bad in it.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I did with the. I found some dead magnolia leaves for the cave geckos, and just out in the street, they're all over down here. So I grabbed some of those leaves and I washed them with soap and water, and then I baked them in the oven for 10, 20 minutes at 400 degrees or something like that.
Huh.
Not long enough to burn them up or anything, but it was
those leaves work really well.
Yeah, and then cool them off, and then throw them in the gecko tank. Yeah, the cave geckos.
Yeah, those leaves work really well for different like naturalistic environments because they're so thick. They don't break down like nearly as fast as like regular leaves.
Right. They do get a slightly mold underneath them, but I noticed because I have different hides and stuff like that in with the cave geckos, but they all four of them tend to hide under the magnolia leaves versus in the hides.
Huh.
Yeah,
every one.
And if you notice, the magnolia leaves do that. They mold out and in like my yard. If you go out, the ones that are flipped upside or the ones that are flipped with the underside face down, if you flip them over, they'll have like a thin layer of mold on them outside. If they're flipped up and the sun's beating on them and they stay dry, then so I'll go through the yard sometimes when I'm getting some of those leaves to bring in for different enclosures, and I'll just pick the ones that are face up, and then because they don't have any mold on them, and then I just microwave them.
I've done that with mulberry leaves. I took a bunch of mulberry leaves, and I figured, heck, it's good for silkworms, and I don't know, I brought a bunch home. I put in a big tree, and they were in the back of my truck, so I didn't know.
The tree up and put it in the back of his truck.
Yeah. Just the whole tree.
Yeah, here you go. For my silkworms.
No, I didn't use them for silkworms. I took them and I froze them because I had a whole bunch, and then I brought them in and microwaved them and threw them in with the dubia roaches. They went nuts with them. I rinsed them off. And, yeah, it's kind of leaf litter.
Eat them?
Yeah. Figured, the silkworms are healthy for them. All they eat's mulberry leaves. Let's try it with the dubia. I don't know. They seem to go nuts on them. And it's a house that I maintained, so I know there was no chemicals used on the tree. So.
Oh, okay. Like I said, you dug it up and you just put it in your yard.
Well, the whole tree.
Put it in your house, yeah.
Yeah. No, it seems
I can get you guys concrete.
Concrete?
You guys need concrete. We got plenty of concrete down here.
Yeah, you concrete jungle, huh? Stuff grows everywhere.
We grow concrete. It's funny, it just pops up all over the place. It's like a weed.
That's cool.
So you guys want to take a call?
Yeah. Where you been, Morgan?
Sure.
I've been.
That's not on the computer.
I'm right here. All right, caller from the 911 or 919.
Whoa, we got busted already? Dang, that was quick.
919, you're on the air.
Yeah, that's an emergency.
919?
919. 919.
Are you reading it right, Morgan? Is it sure? You sure it's 919 and not 916 or something like that?
It's 919. It's North Carolina, I think is what it. I already looked it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
North Carolina to us.
They probably heard you. Probably heard us. They don't talk to the East shows,
Yeah.
It up.
Yeah.
Don't talk to these fools.
All right, well, here's one we know. 818, you're on the air.
Is that me?
No, it's the person next to you.
I didn't even
Person behind
but hey guys.
Hey, who's this?
Who's this?
It's Brendan.
Oh, hey, David.
Brendan.
Oh, more.
How you guys
What's going on, Brendan?
We're talking about
Doing all right, I guess.
weird stuff. Did you hatch
You guys
anything
want to ask
today?
him a question?
Yeah, did you hatch anything today?
No. I got an egg though.
Oh, cool.
Wait.
A dud.
Nice.
But she was egg.
You're holding on to my wheelwright for me, right?
What'd you say?
You're holding on to my wheelwright for me, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Good.
I'm actually finished, but me and Jeremy are trading from Jagged Edge Reptiles.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's getting it after, so.
Oh, sweet.
That's cool.
You still want that proven female, or do you want that baby that I hatched?
I think the baby.
You want the baby?
Is it female?
I text for female, so we'll see. It's not old enough yet.
All right, yeah, I'm thinking that one. Cause
Okay.
I have after it's at raptors, so I want something with eclipse so I can make some raptors.
So that would be the baby. The baby is head eclipse.
All right. My
There you go.
caller from North Carolina, and she says her mute button wouldn't work, so she couldn't talk.
Huh.
Oh, that sucks. Sucks for her.
But that's Anna
Yeah.
from Beauty Morph.
Oh.
I know Beauty
So
more.
let's call back in.
She's on Instagram.
Yeah,
fix
the
the mute button.
Yeah, fix that
Okay,
mute
I'll
button.
call her right now.
Go to the iPhone doctor. They're
All right, I told her.
Or get a hammer. That's what I use.
Get a hammer. I guess, Brendan, we're gonna put you in the raffle, okay?
All right,
All right. Have a good night, Brendan.
you too.
Talk to you soon, buddy.
Take it easy, Brandon.
So sweet.
Hey.
Morgan.
What's up?
Morgan. Are you gonna actually have anything to be vending? Are you gonna vend any of any of your breeders or adults or anything like that at the show?
No, I won't be vending at the show. I'll be late.
Come on.
I'll be there at like noon, but I'm bringing like cameras and stuff so I can just interview people and I just want to harass people.
You're bringing the entourage, huh?
Yeah.
You should distract the other gecko breeders.
Hey, what's up, Matt? You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going? I keep in cages as hognose.
Nice.
There you go. All right. Don't you keep anybody in cages?
See, you get all those hognose morphs that are all like cool. I mean, like anaconda and all that. I know there's like tons of morphs now.
I got the anaconda. I have anery, a couple of albinos. Probably going to be picking up the Arctic.
Oh, cool.
Here.
That's another thing that the morphs of the hognose have come a long way, man.
Oh, they're about to explode here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you for a fact they're going to explode soon.
Nice. Now, are those live bears or are they eggs?
No, they lay eggs. I just had a female drop 13 for me, and got her back on feed, so she should be going back into double clutching here, hopefully in the next 50 days or so.
How long does it take the eggs to incubate?
It depends on like how with the temperature you incubate them at. Right now, I'm going for 81 just to keep them in there longer. That way the babies, come out a little bit more than 3 grams, so it'll be about 60 days. But you can go as like high as 85, and then they'll hatch within like 45, 50 days.
But you want them to stay in there to absorb the yolk better, right?
Yeah,
be bigger and healthy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I plan on selling them, when they get to a decent size. I just don't want to have to deal with cutting pinkies in half.
Yeah.
Baby hog.
Yeah, I remember hognose when you had to feed them toads and frogs and stuff, and now they're eating pinkies and.
There's still some that have to be scented on toads and frogs.
Yeah, no, this.
Yeah, I had one female anaconda that was. She stopped eating for 8 months. I could not find the right scent for her.
Yeah.
I had to ship her back to the breeder, and he gave her a Virginia toad, and she just gobbled it up.
It had to be a Virginia toad, huh?
I had to be a Virginia toad. I tried a Spanish toad. It didn't work. I think she just wanted to go back to Dad.
Yeah, no, that's bizarre how they know.
Yeah, now she's in her own little tub, all boxed up, and she can't see out of it. That's the only way I can keep her calm and steady.
Huh.
It's like training a bird dog for scent. You train an anaconda for scent and go birding for you.
Yeah.
Like rocking or whatever you want to call it, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's basically the same thing.
Exactly, it is.
Our neighbors have hound dogs that hunt bear, and you can't use dogs to hunt bear in California anymore, so they got to go to Nevada or something.
Exactly,
or Washington. Or retrain, retrain the dogs, and they said, no, that's close to impossible. So... Yeah.
Yeah, you used to go hunting. I used to hear those dogs out there for going after bears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not anymore now.
They're cool animals.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dogs, yeah.
It's amazing to watch those guys hunt.
Yeah, they live. I don't know. It's quite a ways from here, but I can hear the dogs sometimes in the morning, or when she goes out there to feed them, or.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, they're cool. We go over there and feed them when they're done. Once in a while when they're gone, we go over there and feed them for them. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt always also breeds some leopard geckos as well. He does. He and his wife do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Oh, you got white guys on it too. That's cool.
We got leopard geckos doing the super snows and max snows. We were trying to do Diablo Blancos, but found out that the pair that we picked up had the snow gene mixed in. So when the babies hatched out, they had the bright red ruby eyes, and then a week later, the eyes would turn brown.
Huh.
So
That's
now
weird.
they're just blazing blizzards.
Yeah, no, that's the thing with the DBs. Yeah, the eclipse and the blizzard gene can get mixed up.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was so excited when we finally hatched the ruby red eyes that we've been shooting for, and then go back in the season a week later, and it's just this brown, muddy eye.
Oh yeah.
If you shine a light in there and get real close, is it like a really dark red and not like a brown? But because I know like superstones.
Yeah,
when I look at it in the light, it's a really, really dark red. It's not actually black like people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I thought that too, and I shined the light in there, and then as it got to about like maybe 20 grams, they started to get like just a real darker color of the albino eye.
Huh.
Wicked. I wonder if that has something to do with the blizzard gene.
Yeah.
With the eye pigment.
Yeah. No.
I wonder.
I have blizzards I have a blizzard with a snake eye and a solid eye, and it has no eclipse in it at all. I have a few like that, or two real dark eyes.
I just
color are their eyes? Yes, that's the blizzard.
The blizzard, just a regular blizzard?
Yeah, with the one you said is snake eye. What color is the half in the snake eye? Say one side's red and one side's normal albino.
No, it's just black. The snake eye is
black. Okay.
Yeah, black and white. And then the other eye is
I was looking at a picture today of a blizzard that was snake-eyed also, that was red on one side and normal on the other side. You know, those are albino.
Oh, yeah. I've seen blizzards like that. So,
we do have a question in the chat room.
Do we? I'm not even in there.
Yeah. You're not in there anymore?
I can't. I don't know how to get to it. You should post a link somewhere.
Yeah, I'll
computer illiterate.
I'll post a link on the Late Night Leo's group. But Val asks, what does it mean when they glow red when you shine a light on the eye? She has a gecko that when you look at her, the eyes are gray, but the light makes them red.
Is it a
Are you talking about the pupil?
Yeah, are you talking about
the entire
pupil? Or Val, maybe you should call in.
Yeah, Val, you know this call.
Tell us about the supersnow babies.
Yeah.
We got the typical Val response, no.
Oh, Val.
She says the whole eye is red. I would think that would just be like eclipse.
We can't hear you in the chat. You have to call in. Your reception.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I think that's
What?
Yeah, so Matt, whenever you hear me reference door free ticks, I'm referencing my buddy Matt's door free ticks.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
So now you guys know who I'm talking about.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, he's been listening to the shows.
How many door free ticks do you have, Matt?
We have one wild-caught female and then two boys. One of them's wild-caught as well. Another one came from Travis Cubes.
Huh.
And you're going to breed them?
Well, I want to breed them. If they want to breed, that's the other thing.
Oh, yeah. There's the other side of that, huh?
Yeah, they have something else in mind, but I want them to breed. I just don't know if the female's ready to go. The female's like maybe 4 feet, real thin, and I just can't tell if she's ready. The male is almost twice her size, and I don't want to put him in and end up killing her during their little amorous activities.
Their meaningful relationships.
Exactly. Getting to know each other.
Yeah. Long walks on the beach.
Yeah.
Long walk off a short pier.
Yeah, I've only had them for maybe a year now, so I'm just gonna get some size on, let them eat, let them get comfortable since they are wild caught.
Wow.
Eric has been letting us know what's going on with those. I have no idea. It was pretty cool. He actually taught me a whole bunch of stuff when just the talking stuff. So really neat to really neat to hear about different species.
Yeah, he came in and babysat them while my wife and I were on vacation. I think he got to know him pretty well.
So you're down.
I think they got to know me.
Yeah,
he's down here with me. He's down here with me in South Bay.
In the concrete jungle?
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Where you have to go 3 hours to find the nearest reptile.
Yeah, that's the downfall. You guys don't have the shows, but you guys can walk out your back door and herp anytime.
Oh yeah.
Travel out to the desert.
No, I just went outside a few minutes ago, and I have this. It's like a retaining wall made out of wood, and in between the slots.
Wood.
It's a soft concrete stuff.
Man.
There's like these slots, and I see this alligator lizard comes out every night about this time, and he cruises along there and eats, I don't know, whatever he eats. He's a big old male. But
taking off your spiders.
Yeah.
We have alligators, but we don't have alligator lizards.
Oh man, I want to.
Go out your back door and pick up a gator, man.
Yeah, get a gator selfie.
Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of gators, where's Brian, our zoo guy friend?
What? Who?
Where's Brian, our zoo guy friend?
Calling in.
He's in the chat room.
Yeah, he's in the chat room.
Okay, so let's call him. Done. That's easy.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, interview him sometime. He's interesting. Zookeeper at
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Making all of us jealous with the Komodo selfies and all that mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys see the package I got today? With the painting?
No,
I'm a little jealous.
Actually,
I did.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you get?
You better not be getting more Komodo teeth.
No, I got I got a painting that was painted by a grizzly bear, and a painting that was painted by an orangutan, and then I got a sea urchin, and
cool.
I got a rattlesnake skin or shed, and I got some
chimpanzee paintings.
Yeah, chimpanzees, man. I got a quilt from an African, what's it called? He's called an African porcupine thing.
Sweet.
Oh, well.
Yeah. What's up, Brian? You're on the air.
Hello.
What's up, Brian?
Brian.
What's up, fellas? You finally got me on.
Sweet. No peer pressure, huh?
Yeah, it was internet bullying me behind your back, dude.
Sure he was.
I was saying all kinds of nasty things to him.
No more cool shit for you.
Oh, yeah.
In all caps? Was he saying it in all caps? Yeah, he's been yelling for a while now.
Yeah, he yells at everybody.
Yeah.
Of course.
He's just angry at night.
Crazy.
Hey, Morgan, what do you think of that rattlesnake shed? Did you take it out of the bag?
I'm afraid to take it out of the bag, but I really like it.
It's pretty sturdy. It's huge. You need to open it. It's cool.
Are you cussing on my radio show?
No, not at all.
All right.
I didn't hear a thing.
No, neither did I.
Something about a
I'm never going to go back and listen to this show.
You're going to have to ask if they can let you edit it or something, because there's certain parts that we want to take out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go back and hear beep. I'm gonna I'll go through and edit it.
You need to get a built-in dump button, where you can just dump those things.
I was told that those people are from another radio show, and someone said the Sunday show had the same issue last week. So
Oh, really?
Did you guys know that there was an additional show made, and it's on Thursdays, and I'm looking for the link, because if anybody wants to go and listen to it and see if it's the same people that called in, that would be awesome, because, yeah, you're not allowed to say those things.
Yeah, I'd be curious to find out who it is.
Yeah, it's definitely not a West Coast person. We don't even sound like that.
They're not from the South, because they don't have accents like I do, so.
Yeah. You can't go far. They were trying to sound like they were, like really Jersey.
Yeah, they were trying to sound. The sad part is, really, truly, he sounded more New Yorkish, which, I mean, people in New Jersey are usually from New York, because if you're born in New Jersey, you actually kind of sound like you're a Californian, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was there for 2 years, and the only people that I ever knew that spoke like that were New Yorker transplants.
Yeah.
So, and I'm kind of offended, too, because my grandmother and her family grew up in Trenton. So, that's why I was like, disclaimer.
Yeah.
Jeez, people suck.
It's pretty sad that
blame it on the Memphis people.
So what about the Memphis people?
If Brian would have called in sooner, that would have never happened.
Yeah.
Jeez. Blame it on me. Yeah.
It's easier that way.
Make it up to all of us. You can make it up to all of us.
Exactly.
That's all Komodo teeth. I'm actually trying to gather a collection of Komodo teeth. Get out and shower the yard. They actually just drop them all in the lot. We'll find them after they eat. So you just have to have a good eye.
I want mine fresh. I want mine fresh.
Next time we do Komodo wrangling, pry it out of its mouth. Yeah, I won't mind at all.
I think I'd wait till after they ate before I went out there kissing around their yard. That's cool. Can I come in now?
Yeah. There's that top jaw rope, man. Top jaw rope.
Yeah. Well, that's
pliers.
Well, that's next time I go crocodile wrangling.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to do that.
Man.
Do you get to do that?
Yeah, I take care of 2 Nile crocodiles.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, these are like they're called Western Niles. They've actually just been classified a separate species, not a subspecies. So they're a little bit smaller than your typical Nile, but
smaller, in 10 foot instead of 15.
Well, my male is like 9 feet, about 230 pounds. He may be about 10 feet now. Female's like 7.5.
Just a little,
130 pounds. But
wow.
She may weigh 130 pounds, but she's the beast. She's the one I don't want to mess with.
They're built different, yeah.
Oh man, she's she's wild. She used to pictures. She's got a mouthful
on a field trip from Memphis.
Wow.
Yeah, anytime. It's
I would love to.
Memphis is not a lot here, but the zoo is cool. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Have those, giant panda bears.
There you go. We could listen to country music.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Isn't that like the Mecca?
You should get a little more rap in Memphis. You got to go to Nashville for the country music.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the wrong
rap
city.
down here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A little more blues, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Southerners rap? I thought it was an East Coast, West Coast thing, not a Southern thing.
Yeah.
Going cray-cray.
Where that came from? Man, I thought they were talking about dinner. Dinner, man. That's what I thought it was about.
I think you're getting crunk in the South.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got your crunk cup and all that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your goblet with all the gems on it.
Right.
Hey.
Are we talking about Morgan again?
Morgan's thinking I resemble that comment.
Oh, He's looking down at his hand with his goblet, like, how do they know?
You know, if I had those clips uploaded to my Blog Talk account, I'd be able to play them. But yeah,
I don't know. I think of Morgan as that kid from that new commercial with the hamster. Where he says he's got the dancing fever or whatever, and the Girl Scouts are dancing in the commercial. Have you guys ever seen that one yet?
No.
Oh, where the kids
actually Girl Scouts. They're not going to go sell cookies, sure.
Maybe they run Right.
Okay. Oh man, when you see that commercial, think of Morgan as the kid that tells them to kick up the beat. You'll get a laugh. I get a laugh.
I have to watch it.
I find it on YouTube. You can probably find it on YouTube. I know. I was going to say, somebody needs to find it on YouTube and post it now so we can all laugh.
Yeah. Somebody should post it in the chat room.
I'm still waiting for Morgan's theme song for Late Night Lee, or for Thor Gecko, rather.
Oh, you want me to sing one?
Here, I'm gonna try to find that thing. So I'm gonna try to find it. So if I don't talk, that's why.
Can we play it on the air?
Radio commercial.
You might have to pay them royalties or something.
Yeah.
They have to, or they
Put it
have
in
to
the
pay
chat
you.
room and we can watch it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. Yep, I will.
Or Eric can just sing it.
Yeah, sing it, Eric.
No.
There you go.
1, 2, 3.
The song is in French, man.
So,
I barely speak English well enough to sing.
Sure, it's French.
So yeah,
Oui.
I think so. I think so. We'll find out. Continue on.
I don't know.
It's we do have an hour until the after party because this isn't a party enough. So if anybody wants to call in and win something, we Brendan's the only one that's called in, so he's probably going to win. But you want to call 1-646-716-5403, and yeah, it'll be fun.
You press 1.
Press 1 to talk to the host. We'll pick you up.
I got
the
Val, call in.
Yeah,
Val just posted the YouTube link for Kick
it's
the
just
Beat
a guy
thing.
shaking a pizza. Oh wait, that's the ad.
That's the ad. Yeah, you got to skip the ad.
What's with that hamster?
Oh man, this is pretty cool.
It is. I wish I could hear it, but
I don't want to turn my.
I know.
Yeah, I have the volume off too.
I don't want to get a bill for like royalty fees tomorrow.
They should like pay you for playing it on air.
Yeah, they should.
You help them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I found it and posted it.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, okay, Matt did too. Oh man, a lot of people found it before I did.
Yeah, everybody thinks about Morgan when they see that.
Man, it's picking on Morgan.
There's a person in the letter, mind you, Morgan.
Blog Talks and start dropping calls. I can feel it.
Morgan even dances in this commercial.
Like how many hits on that video?
One, that made more.
The guy out front doing the robot was cool.
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh man, that was you.
More like the hamster, the ball going, hey man, let me out of here.
I didn't see any tinfoil hats.
Oh yeah. I gotta have a tinfoil hat for me.
Yep.
So if you're crinkling on the air, that's me. I'm adjusting my hat. I used aluminum foil one week and I got
you were adjusting.
Got the echo real bad from the aluminum foil. You got to use tin foil.
Is there a difference between tin and aluminum?
God, I don't know.
Yeah, the metal.
Yeah, tin's something else, and Aluminum's like recyclable.
Yeah, tin's like tin, and aluminum is like aluminum.
Well, I don't know.
Tin is magnetic, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
And
it's like
aluminum is non-ferrous.
Yeah, aluminum's not.
Like what you get cans of corn in is tin, probably. Or like that guy in The Wizard of Oz, he was a tin man.
Yeah.
But he rusted.
Yeah. So he wasn't galvanized or something.
Yeah, well, galvanized doesn't really a whole lot for you anyway.
We digress.
Okay, so you guys want to take another call?
You bet.
Yes.
All right, so we've got Rampant Reptiles on the line.
Sweet.
Michelle. Hello.
Michelle.
What's up, Michelle?
Hey, Michelle.
Total Eclipse lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a few of those.
Yeah. They're all right. Yeah.
Nothing special, but okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, so what do I win?
How are you doing tonight, Michelle?
What do I win?
She's straight to the point. Yeah. So like, don't ask me a question. What did I win?
A really hard
Do you
question.
breed geckos?
No, I just watched.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I'll give you a gift certificate for that, yeah.
That's sweet. Ask your a non-eclipse question.
Yeah. A non-personal, non-eclipse question. Yeah.
Can't have anything to do with fascio either.
Yeah.
Ask her something about normal.
Are there any normals still left in the world?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Only in Afghanistan.
Yeah. If I show you a picture of a normal, can you tell me all the heads it has? Pick it up at Petco or PetSmart.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
As long as your eyes.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get sued.
No.
Big box store.
You just can't say
My apologies.
You have a normal. As long as you have clear eye shots, we can tell you what heads it has.
Yep.
Exactly.
So, Michelle, what do you think about white and yellow syndrome?
Oh. Good.
Morgan's going head.
I don't know.
On the spot, go.
It probably comes from Enigma, and I don't know. I've only hatched like a couple, so I'm not like, super educated or anything.
I haven't hatched any. Is that when you hatch them? Is it from white and yellow to white and yellow, or?
No, you can hatch them like white and yellow to regular or something like that. It's dominant, like Enigma or.
Yeah, but the syndrome. When you've seen the syndrome in the white and yellow, is what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, I got it from a white and yellow to whatever else. It was another white and yellow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was. Because I haven't seen it even in my white and yellow pairings. I have some. I got about 6 of them now from white yellow to white yellow, new ones. And they're fine, normal. Party eaters.
Yeah, they eat great, but they just. Sometimes they
Did
stumble
you notice
around
that it went away?
It's gotten better. I mean, they're still really young. So.
Right.
I haven't
How long have you noticed the progression as they've gotten older? I mean, within a week span or 2 week span, that it's been getting progressively worse, or I mean, better, I should say.
I think they're only like 3 or 4 weeks old, so.
And you still notice it?
Like barely. Like if I really spook them and get them really pissed off, and they run around screaming and they kind of stumble a little bit occasionally.
Well, I've had hatchlings right out of the eggs, kind of like not white and yellow related, but like right when you take them out of the GEO, they just kind of walk weird, like they don't have their land legs yet.
Yeah.
The video.
Within a day or two, though, they're champs.
Yeah, the video of that gecko, I don't know whose gecko it was that Morgan posted. That's at least a couple sheds in, isn't it? Because it doesn't.
Yeah, that's
like
my gecko.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a fresh hatchling or anything.
No, it's pretty. It's about
Looks
a little over
like
2
8
weeks.
gram or.
Yeah. But the issue with that is I posted that, and people were saying, "Oh, I've got so many inbred geckos and all that." But that specific hatchling is from my original white and yellow male that I bought, outcrossed to another gecko, and then outcrossed to another gecko. And all 3 of those are like completely not related, and they're all in different parts of the states, and none of those breeders trade or sell to each other. So, it's like as outcrossed as you can get a gecko. And that was my first one that had it. So, yeah.
I'm still thinking that might have been an incubation deal. Not that your incubation fluctuated, but how it developed in the egg. Because, like I said, I had that one happen to me, and all of mine have been fine afterwards. And that was just a straight raining red stripe. So I could show you a picture of or a video of when she was younger, and she would just spin. And even till this day, she spins when she gets overexcited or she gets nervous. She cocks her head, but really, I don't know. It's just how she developed. She hit the incubator. Developed all of my other eggs that were in there. No, that was the thing. Last year, I had no spikes. Every other egg that hatched out of that incubator hatched out fine. Just this one developed that neurological issue. I mean, she also hatched out with an already kind of stubbed tail, not a dropped tail or anything. Literally, her tail looked like it curved back around and just absorbed itself. Yeah. So she's with a friend of mine that likes those kinds of things and takes care of all. Yeah, right. How Morgan. No, I would have never shipped this gecko. Yeah. No, I would have never shipped this gecko at all, ever. And I would have never let her go to somebody, but my friend expressed interest, and she dealt with snakes that have come with or were born with neurological issues that were very similar to the spider BP, but they were boas. So she deals with a lot of that stuff, and she likes that stuff, just like Morgan likes the oddities. So yeah. So that's why I say it might be something like that.
That's why we're all on his show right now.
That's why he's exactly more We're all going for oddity of the year.
Yeah.
So I want to see if Morgan pairs them up again next year, if you get more hatchlings that have that neurological thing.
Are you still have eggs cooking from that pair, right?
Yeah, I've got a ton of eggs cooking. She produced so many eggs already this year. So.
Was that the first hatchling?
No, that was the third hatchling to come from her. But the weird thing is I sold the original white and yellow pair to Justin in Montana, and he said that he has hatched a few from those that had the so-called white and yellow syndrome, but they all lost it within a week. Like they're perfectly normal now.
Justin in Montana, is he the one that does the? Is he the one that's the photographer? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Justin Olfa.
Interesting.
Yeah, Olfa, something like that.
Mountain, it's something mountain something.
Montana Mountain Man.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I don't think that's it. I just remember it from gecko forums.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Morgan.
Yeah?
Have you hatched any, like, from the pairing, like, normal ones, like non-white and yellows that had syndrome?
No, this is like the first white and yellow syndrome thing that I've got. I have hatched like mini geckos from that bloodline, but nothing that's had like a white and yellow syndrome.
Sounds tainted.
I was like, could it be? That was my next thing was, could it be just that bloodline? That
it could be.
White and yellow.
It could be, and
here's the thing. Could it be that? Oh, go ahead, Morgan. Finish your statement.
I contacted Eldon down in, where is he, Louisiana?
Louisiana?
He's the only person that I've sold like a hatchling from the white and yellow too, because I held everything back. So I told him, because he's starting to hatch them now, to keep an eye on it and see what, if he gets any weird stuff. So it will be interesting to know if it's from that bloodline.
Yeah. Were your white and yellow originally, were they just line bred or inbred to develop the line at all?
As far as I know, that it was genetic. It just kind of popped out that it was just a slight difference in that they noticed, and then I don't know about the line breeding, but they did notice something right out of one of the babies or whatever, and then they started breeding it to different animals, and they variances in different things, paradox spots in some, and pattern changes in others, reduced pattern in others. There was quite a few different changes that one gene did in these different geckos that they were breeding it to.
Yeah, they were proving out if it was recessive, dominant, or whatever.
Yeah. Right. So they were just basically outcrossing that to figure out what it was, what was actually working, what was at play. Yeah. But I just wonder because I've noticed with my raptors that almost anything that kind of has raptor blood in it comes out of the egg more aggressive and sketchy, I guess, so to speak.
Ready to fight.
Raptors,
basically. They're always my screamers. Huh?
So don't you mean blizzards?
Yeah.
No, not blizzards. These
crazy
are straight
blizzards.
raptors. But that's what I've noticed.
I've noticed different lines of different things are a little more, I don't know, it like passes on the attitude, whether it's aggressiveness or shyness or...
Yeah, definitely.
Some I mean, I got a great big female she's real shy and timid. She's getting better, but even the females that hatch from her are like that too. And I've outcrossed her with different things, and she's huge. And I don't think she has any head, so I've been, and she's a female, so you never, she'll be burnt out to find out. So I haven't even really tried to bred her to no head things. And I bought her as a no head, so you gotta trust somebody somewhere.
I don't get that at all.
Yeah, I can look at that.
Like my raptor, she's like a puppy dog, and her babies are madder than a hatter. Yeah, God. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. In front of them, and they're screaming and hitting the tub and everything else. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then the same thing on the flip side with the blazing blizzards. I have a male blazing blizzard that is he is just so docile and calm. He doesn't even hardly move. And the baby, and then the female is a Maximo Tremper. Same thing. He's just like a little puppy. And then their babies, oh my gosh, you can't even make a noise and they're screaming at you.
My blizzards, it don't matter what you're outcrossing to, they're nuts. Especially when they're real young.
No, I haven't hatched any blizzard yet. I'm hoping that I can maybe when I do a little breeding back to Dad this next season, that I'll his het and their hets for blizzard because he's a snow rainwater het blizzard. So I'm hoping I can prove that out. But yeah, my raptor male is huge. You know, he's like 97, 98 grams, but he is freaking. He's calm, and then all his babies are like freaking psycho. Yeah, they scramble. Oh man, they scramble away. They try to get away from me. They bite, and they haven't yet. I don't know. The other geckos realize that if they scream at me, they get handled. So they kind of stopped doing it, thinking I would stop handling them, which didn't really happen. But these guys, they haven't realized that every time they scream and lunge at me, I'm going to just pick them up and wait for them to calm down. Like, I'm trying to positively reinforce their good behavior by, okay, you're calm, you can go back. I'm training my geckos, man. But these raptors, man, they're not the smartest in the bunch. I can tell you.
I like them spirited. Usually the spirited ones are good eaters and they're hardy and robust animals. That's what I find. You know, like when the babies hatch, they're screamers.
Breeds for evil.
Yeah, they're the first ones to hit that mealworm dish, or when you walk in the room, they're at the front of the bend. You know, hey, my dish is empty.
See, my sun glows and my atomic rainwater crosses are always at the front. Like, oh, you're gonna take me out too? But man, my het raptors, they are like at the back, and as soon as I pull the tub out, they're like flipping their lid, trying to climb out of their skin to get out, any crack they can. And then when I reach in to grab them, they're like even flipping out more. I'm
container challenge.
More tail drops. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
No,
I mean, I like them spirited too, but it's like, man, these are like
they seem overly so.
That's when I crossed Trimper to Affies. That's what happened to all of them. They're nuts. They've calmed down quite a bit, but
my Affians are completely the opposite.
Yeah, no, the Affies they're mellow.
I mean, they'll even eating, they're like all gentle, picking up the mealworms and everything. They're not like striking at them. They're really, really mellow. Now they might if you go in there and lift up their hide, but other than that, they're puppy dog tame.
No, all the Affies that I've seen.
Really with a pork bread.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. Like literally, they'll just open their mouth slowly, reach down and pick one up. Like all very, very calm.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, my atomics, like, they know where the food dish is, and sometimes I have to coax them out of the food dish because I think they just want me to dump the worms, like, right in their mouth as they open them. I'm like, yo, if you scoot out of the dish, I can feed you. So. They know what's going on.
I get a few that hang out in their dishes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I have a pain because they're food dish crappers.
I have one female that does that religiously.
Yeah,
it's aggravating. New vionate and everything in there, new mealworm, she'll eat like half of them and then deuce like right on top. Like,
yeah.
There you go.
It's like, that ain't cool.
Like that. Thanks, appreciate it. And then you got to get it out of there quick because if you don't, there's still mealworms in there. The mealworms are trying to eat it and everything else. It's like, man, I don't want her eating those mealworms and trash them. And
gut load on butt load, huh?
Yeah. I changed dishes. I changed the placement of the dish in the tubs. Like wherever the dish is, it don't matter what it is. That's what she does.
Have you tried changing the dish?
Well, I was just thinking about putting a dish with vionate in there and just leaving it on one side and then putting another dish with mealworms.
Like a litter box.
Yeah, see what she does. Well, she doesn't bury it. But,
does that one have any cocoa fiber in there?
Yeah. She has a big cocoa fiber lay box.
Is it really wet?
No, not unusually wet. It's just damp.
Try and make it a little more wet because I notice when it gets a little wet, they tend to poop in there versus anywhere else.
Huh.
I've never had a gecko poop in the lay box before.
Yeah, I've never noticed it with her.
And I have 2 or 3 that do.
Huh.
Yeah, I have a few.
I've never had one. I've never had one poop in the lay box, at least not yet.
Or I don't notice it.
You want one?
Oh, you would do it. It's pretty annoying.
I never noticed it, but once I stirred up the coconut fiber, my fingers smell funny.
That's just kind of squishy.
Oh, jeez.
That's just fuzz.
Oh, man.
We do have a question finally. No one fingers. We have a question. We can actually ask this to Michelle.
Awesome.
So Brett asks, what do you guys do to get a gecko who is gone off her food, interested in food again, and how long would you guys wait until you resort to force feeding?
It depends on why she's off food. I mean, if she's ovulating, there's not a whole lot you can do. But, I mean, you should obviously test for parasites and things like that. Make sure she's not sick.
Yeah.
I don't like
Try other food prey.
Yeah.
It's like that question. Yeah, that question opens up like 100 more questions asked back in the other direction.
Yeah, that's true. You know what I've done is I've taken the food dish out of there for, God, I'll take it out for 4 or 5 days and then put it back in with fresh food in it. And that works sometimes. You know, they get tired of looking at tacos or burritos or whatever, and you put a fresh tray of burgers in there now. Yeah.
Did he ask that question in the chat?
Yeah, he asked it on Facebook. I guess he can't get in the chat. People are having issues with that.
Yeah.
Morgan, you get that fixed, Morgan.
Yeah,
I got it. If I can get in.
There's a lot of different things that can cause an animal to go off eating.
Yeah.
Temperatures can do it.
Yep. Wanting to breed.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that when they purchase a gecko, at a young age, it's like tearing up any food that'll go into the enclosure. It don't matter if it's dubious mealworms, and then once they get to like a certain age and they start maturing and ovulating, and then all of a sudden they go off food, they're like freaking out, like hasn't eaten in a week. I'm trying to force feed it and this and that, like giving it all this Reppy boost and all this other stuff. It's like
it's making it worse.
Yeah, you got it's something to understand, like that the animal is going to go through. Even males sometimes go through the stages where they're not interested in food.
Yeah, I always worry. I get them that you know, they'll go through that phase where they're not hungry, they don't want to eat, and I always start worrying about them, and then I take the food dish out, make sure they got everything they need, water, you know, everything they need.
Yeah,
and a lot of times they snap out of it.
Yeah, because a lot of times if you push the envelope, and you're just adding more stress to the situation, which can make it worse, not better.
Yeah.
If you're constantly trying to take a female that's ovulating, she's not worried about food, and you're constantly like every day or a couple times a day taking her out and trying to assist feed her or whatever, rubbing a mealworm against her face and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
I don't really do that.
stress.
I'll try different things.
I never do that.
Or I'll put like red runners in there, or mealworms, superworms, freshly molted superworms. They usually can't resist those.
Yeah, but like I said, you're aware of the situation. So if the female's ovulating, you're like, oh, okay, she's not ovulating, no big deal, let her go. And people need to.
She will eat after she
is. Yeah, the biggest thing that people should do is have a scale, have a cheap food scale, and keep track of your animal's weights. If it's maintaining weight and it's not eating, that's not a big deal. If you're dropping 2-3 grams a week and it's in a decline, there's serious problems that you
look at the fat build up on the tail, and then watch their eyes.
I mean, you can see when an animal loses weight. You can see it in their head, behind their head, you can see it. Yeah.
Well, even in some of the laying females, you can see their spine a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they got a fat tail, it's like, oh, whoa, you need to eat a little bit more. You need a couple more cheeseburgers because your spine's showing a little bit.
Yeah, no. Every season I get worried about the females that lay because they lay, they're like on their third or fourth clutch, and they pop out another clutch, and you're looking at them, oh my God, where did that come from? I mean, there's nothing there, and then they quit eating or they quit laying, and they just eat a ton, and they put it back on. It's amazing. I thought
and I mean every animal's different too. I mean, some animals take breeding a lot better than others. Some, as soon as they lay, they're ready to eat, and they'll eat for a week or however long in between clutches. Some females I have like a 2 or 3 day window with like one particular female. Like she'll lay eggs and she'll eat anything that's in the enclosure for like 48 to 72 hours. After that, she's not interested in food anymore.
Yeah.
Including paper towel alone.
Yeah.
Or those like females that just don't stop eating.
Yeah, I had one last year. I posted her.
Those are awesome ones.
She looked so bad after laying, and I was really worried about her. But then she just ate and ate and ate, and then I had to ration her food. She just got too big. It wasn't healthy for her. And I didn't breed her this year. I gave her this year out because, I mean, it was a drastic change. She looked like, she was real skinny, and then all of a sudden she was huge.
I have a reverse striped Mac Eclipse, and she'll eat up until the day she lays. It doesn't matter. She'll eat. And she stays a healthy weight. She basically hasn't really lost any weight since she's been laying, and she's laid, I think, 5 clutches so far.
I've had some that they'll sit there eating and lay eggs at the same time. the milk and climb on them, do their thing, and she's still eating.
I'm eating.
Yeah, she's got priorities.
Just stay away from my mouth. I'm eating.
Sounds like my Murphy's pattern, this girl.
Yeah. I've seen
she overate, man.
I've seen some big Murphy's pattern.
Yeah, my girl was freaking huge. I was like, okay, you're on a diet. Starting like last week.
I think that's a big thing in the hobby too, is that people you'll see on groups on Facebook, somebody will post like this big fat gecko with like huge tail, and I mean it's really thick and wide, his belly's touching the ground, and then people will comment like, that's a healthy looking gecko. That's a fat gecko is what that is.
Yeah.
Just people associate fat with healthy with leopard geckos for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Because it's called a fat tail, so they think, oh, okay, that's something that I want, is a really fat tail. Yeah. But they don't understand that there is just like any animal, there is a healthy weight, there's an underweight, and there's an overweight, and even leopard geckos have that. So you got to really watch it. I mean, I knew the Murphy's pattern. This girl was getting way big when her tail outgrew her body widthwise, and then all of a sudden her body outgrew her legs. I mean, she was wider than her legs could, almost as wide as she could spread her legs apart. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're on a diet.
Her feet were sticking out of the blob.
Yeah, she's laying on the ground like a crocodile.
Oh, wow.
Remember when you were a kid and you were drawing stick animals?
Yeah.
You through that really big body and little tiny sticks for legs. Yeah, that's what she looked like. And I was like, how are you even moving?
Yeah, no.
She went around like a crocodile with her mouth open waiting for food to pass by.
Exactly. So, I took her down to, I think for a while I was only giving her four giant mealworms, and, now she's back. She's to a normal weight, and I'm like, okay, cool.
That's
she went from having 8
to
10 eggs, or 8 worms.
That's also another good point that you just made, is when your gecko is overweight, you didn't just flat out stop feeding it.
Oh no.
Because that's not healthy. Yeah, that's not. Well, I'm just saying it because you'd be surprised. That people say my gecko's fat. It's going on a diet. A diet is one thing. A fast is completely different. You still have to feed the animal.
fast
You just ration it down.
Yeah, when you fast your gecko though, you can make a situation like, okay, it's obese, yeah, that's bad. But if you fast it, then all of a sudden it can develop like the opposite, where it just doesn't want to eat. Period. You know, and now you've just created a worse problem.
Yeah, and not only that, it's hard on their organs and stuff when you just cold turkey, just no more food. That's rough on the animal.
Yeah.
Michelle,
Yeah, exactly.
aren't you?
Huh?
Didn't I read somewhere that you feed your geckos once a week? Isn't that what I read somewhere? Was it you?
Yeah. My adults, they fill up their bowl once a week.
Yeah, I've I have some like that.
When you fill their bowl, do you fill it up to the top and just let them pick at it throughout the week, or do you feed it, for a couple days? Do you fill it enough for a couple days, or just the day, or how do you do that? I'm just kind of curious because I know I read that.
It depends on when I'm feeding the superworms. I'll just throw half a dozen in there or something like that. But for mealworms, it depends on how much they're eating or whatnot. But I just kind of cover the bottom, and that's about it. I use the mealworm, the ones that the cups that the mealworms can't climb out of, but they actually do. Yeah, the small one.
The souffle cup, is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Small feeder dishes.
Yeah.
So you guys want to take another call? I know that Brendan wants to ask a white and yellow question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, Brendan.
Hey, guys.
Brendan, are you there?
What's up, Brendan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, so you got a white and yellow question?
Yeah, I got white and yellow because I didn't want to work with Enigma because I didn't want to have ES babies. And I thought white and yellow kind of interacted the same way with other morphs as Enigma. So I was wondering if you guys thought, now that white and yellow syndrome is popping up, do you think it could have came from Enigma, the morph?
Oh, you mean?
Yeah. I think so. Definitely.
I'm sure somewhere they've been crossed, I'm sure.
Do you think it's a version of Enigma? Is it originated in Europe?
Well, I know when white and yellow came over here, they bred them to enigmas. A lot of the first ones that came over, from what I heard.
So you know, is it a white and yellow, or do you think it's from Enigma, like Muddy Water?
Enigma is a dominant trait, so I think from what's happening?
Brendan, you're a busy dude, man. Every time you're on the phone, that's phone is having a
I know.
Yeah,
I having a stroke vibrating, man.
Oh, sorry.
I think the easiest what would you call it, a similar way that you could explain white and yellow and Enigma would be say you bred a gem snow to a max snow, you're never going to get your gem snow back out of that. You can never breed the max snow out.
Yeah.
You're always going to have the possibility of a super snow popping up. So if you think of super snow popping up as Enigma syndrome, I don't think that even though the gecko I hatched doesn't look anything like an Enigma, if that's how it happened, you're never going to be able to breed Enigma out if they share a chromosome or something.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer, I think. It's in there. Even if it's one chance in a million, it's still in there.
Right.
That's everything I have. I'm done for the night.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was impressive, Morgan.
It was deep, man.
Yeah.
I cried.
That helps.
And white and yellow syndrome is out there, no matter what anybody says. I didn't think it was. I thought maybe it's inbred stuff, but what I hatched this year, I can't tell people that it's not there. So I talked to everybody that I sold white and yellow to, and just in case it is just something in my bloodline that I have, I want people to know.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that's big from a breeder to, even if you haven't sold that many from that particular bloodline, to contact the people and say, look, this is what popped out, just to let them know, because you'd be surprised how many people would just disregard, cull, or whatever that animal like it never happened.
Yeah, and then just say that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, Morgan.
Yeah.
Where did you get your white and yellow?
Gecko boa.
Huh.
Where did you get yours, Michelle?
The original breeder was Mike Rogowski.
Yeah, I got mine from JMG, so, and he got his from who knows.
Yeah, well,
I got mine from that.
Yeah, they all came from,
a couple of a couple of imports,
Yeah.
I guess
they all came from one animal.
I'm the odd man out. I don't work with them.
You get one male that, can make, he got busy with a whole bunch of females and being a dominant trait, And then, everybody's mixed them into everything in the kitchen sink.
Does that answer your question, Brendan?
Will your phone have a heart attack?
All right, we'll talk to you later, Brendan.
All right, later.
Battery on his phone must only last. Constantly vibrating.
My phone was going dead.
They had me in one of their. They had me in one of their group chats on Facebook, and my phone is terrible as it is. Like, it'll start having a stroke if I'm talking to a couple people. But those kids, man, you get on Facebook and it says 99 plus new messages, and it doesn't matter if you've been off of Facebook for the day or for 10 minutes. They are
more than I've been in the chat that we had, and I hadn't looked at my phone in a few hours, and it says like 472.
Exactly. Yeah, but
I had to mute it because I'm in the attic working. It's like, like, my goodness, man.
Yeah,
I had to do that
during the
morning
safety meeting.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder how
looking at me because my phone is doing that.
What's Gary feel like? Because I mean, he only comments like every week.
Yeah.
He must get to it, and it's like 2,500 new messages.
The notifications off.
We haven't heard too much from him lately. He must be busy.
No, we haven't. I wonder what he's doing. If anybody wants to call in,
computers and breeding geckos, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody wants to call in, you've got about 15 minutes to call 1-646-716-5403. Should we call Gary?
Yeah, I thought you were called Josh.
Oh, yeah, we can call
you were supposed to call Josh.
He said if you call Gary, you might be waking him up.
Yeah, I won't call Gary.
That doesn't bother me. No,
I'm awake.
We're already awake. Yeah, I'm awake.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is... Last time I called the wrong one, and it said the number was disconnected.
No, he knows you're calling, so he puts that on his thing.
Okay, Dr. Cannon, get ready.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
This is Frank from Pinnacle Locker.
I'm still waiting for a message back from them.
They know it's you.
If his voicemail picks up, do we just stay on there and talk?
Let's do that.
Yeah.
How do I stop calling? I think I broke.
Uh-oh.
There
I don't know. We're all going to get disconnected. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I know.
We're going to
I'm still here.
Yeah.
I just talked to myself.
How many people can you even have on the phone at the same time?
We have 7 right now.
Yeah, but like after 10, it starts slowly dropping them off.
Yeah, so we have to add everybody as fast as we can.
Cool.
Yeah.
Adam.
But who did you just try to call? Did you just try to call Gary?
No, that was Josh. Are we putting Matt in the raffle? Is he interested in leopard geckos?
Yeah, he's always interested in leopard geckos. So.
He's in the raffle.
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
Is he here?
What's he going to feed the dwarf?
I don't know. I don't know if he is still here. He might be listening via his computer because that's usually how he listens. He doesn't usually call in. But yeah.
Well, he was here. It says Matt on my computer right here. So I put him on hold.
Oh, okay. Then there you go. So.
I'll just add him to the hat, and if he doesn't want his money, then
yeah,
we'll give it
sure
to somebody else.
Why not?
Yeah.
I still got credit with Steven, right?
Where is Steven supposed to be calling in or what?
Yeah, I saw that like an hour ago or something.
He had a get busy night or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Saturday night,
Yeah.
No.
That's being nice. I'm cleaning it up for the kids.
Yeah, we call it.
Yeah. Seeking out meaningful relationship night.
He's still listening. That's California. He said he's there. So.
Morgan, how's your at? Who's calling now?
Steven.
Uh-oh.
Losing too much for the after show.
Dr. Chan, get ready.
Okay.
So what's that?
I gotta find Dr. Chan and this is quality. Cerebral Rolodex.
Style time.
That's now time to get out. Get out!
How do you get the phone?
Is that what you have to do for life too? 9?
I don't know. I miss popcorn.
It doesn't come with directions or something like. Does it give you a tutorial?
No, that's why I'm so afraid of
blue pill.
I'm afraid of all these buttons. There's it looks like the Millennium Falcon on here.
Fly this ship. Let's go. Fly this bird.
There's all these. There's like multiple buttons that look like telephones.
Come on, Luke.
Oh, Steven's moving. I guess I'm harassing him.
Yeah, that's right.
He's in the middle of moving his collection.
That's still no excuse.
I know. What the heck? Where's Gene? Gene said that he listens every week.
Yeah.
You guys remember Gene?
Maybe he does, yeah.
Mr. Green
Gene who? Gene from Geckos.
Yeah, the one with the 4-bit disfigured Super Snow.
Yeah, I shared their page on my page.
Yeah.
So, hey, Michelle. Is Michelle still on the phone?
Yeah.
Who?
Who? Anyone Michelle here? No. Who?
Check your ID, Michelle.
Breaker. The awesome picture you have with those 3 female Matt Fascios that are headed clips that I drool over all the time. Are those 3 females breeding for you this year?
Yes. They've all had eggs hatched already, I think. Maybe.
Aren't those awesome turtles that you hatched?
What?
Aren't those like the half white total eclipses you hatched from those girls?
Yeah. Actually, the one I bred to like a bold stripe or something, because she had like really, bold spotting and stuff. She that would look really cool. Like, not bold stripe or bold lavender stripe, whatever.
If anybody hasn't seen that picture, you're missing out. Go to Michelle's page, Rampant Reptiles, and look at those 3 awesome animals.
Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Big healthy girls.
Yeah, I go there like once every week or two and just like stare at that picture.
I was trying to get them all like grouped together, in my light box or whatever, and
how
they
long
wouldn't
did that
do
take?
it. So I just kind of like grabbed one and then put another one on there and then another one, and I like quickly like took a picture.
Yeah, that's kind of what you got to do. I have. That's why I don't take more pictures, is because they don't hold still for me.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or if they do, and I don't click the thing on the camera enough, it doesn't take the picture, or the lighting's not right or something. And it's like, man, that would have been the shot. That was the shot. And yeah. No, one day I started taking pictures, and everything was going good, and then it said, it had a little battery light that popped up on the camera, and it's like, oh, man.
That's what I was about to say. Make sure you get a charged battery.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I came back in and changed the batteries in the thing, and then I went out there and the lighting was gone. It's like in the afternoon, and the lights just barely shining through the trees. I get like an hour window where I can take some cool pictures.
Nah, man, you just go to Home
I want to make a homemade light box.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what I have, is a homemade light box.
Yeah, that's what I want to make, because there's times where I'm like, man, I wish I could take like a better picture. The geckos are in my bedroom, and I don't exactly get good sunlight coming in through my window, and my overhead lamp is one of those energy savers, so it's not that bright. And I'm like, man, all of these
the yellow things out
geckos are coming out really bright or really dark, and I'm like, this stinks.
Yeah.
And then you also got to make sure that you have a memory card in your camera, because I did not want started snapping photos through the, I'm not on the screen, but actually through the viewfinder, and then I realized that the camera the entire time was telling me, hey, dummy, put a card in, and it was in my computer because I had just offloaded photos. And then I just put the camera away like, screw it. Not going to worry about it.
I bought a light box, and I made a light box, and I like the cheap one that I made better than the actual light box itself.
Oh, like the ones you buy on Amazon or whatever it is?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like a vinyl almost type, I don't know, some type of cloth material. Big white.
Yeah, like a professional light box. Yeah, it's a cloth material.
Yeah, it came with, the reason why I bought it was because it came with 2 tripod lights, like that are fully adjustable lights. That's really the only reason I bought it. Yeah, so I just put the bulbs. I mean, it came with bulbs, but they look so blue, and they're not that bright. I don't know who was using those in their photo studio, but they were pretty junk. But I just went to Home Depot and bought
some full spectrum or something.
I think they're like 1600. I can't remember. 1600 Kelvin is the rating. The higher the Kelvin rating, the whiter the light.
Yeah.
Well, it starts turning blue and purple. You go too high.
Yeah. Well.
Cool.
The ones that I have, I'm trying to see what they are. I haven't had any. 1600 lumens, and it doesn't tell me the Kelvin rating. 2700 Kelvin is what they are.
Oh. That's pretty yellow even still, because right around the white side is between 4,000 and 5,000 Kelvin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I always get the lighting wrong. Might turn out
or it's not even
yellow.
Kelvin. It could be. Isn't it lumens?
Lumens is how bright it is.
Lumens
is how like is how like the actual color of the light.
The spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2700 puts you in like the whitest color light. Once you go higher than that, it starts getting to that blue range.
Blue and purple.
Okay.
And below 2700 is more of like a yellowish color.
Huh. No, I tried all kinds of things. Like, them fish tank lights that you put in and it makes your fish look all cool? I hate them.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a fluorescent tube thing. I had one off of a tank or something, and I turned it on. I took pictures, and it made the tangerines look really red. I mean, if I wanted to fake something, that'd be the way to do it. But it looked photoshopped. I don't even know how to do that, but
it usually looks pretty purple looking.
Yeah, it just made it too intense, and no, I just want to show them what they look like. So sunlight in a bin on a paper towel. That's how I do it.
It's like a natural environment right there. I mean,
It's natural habitat.
Yeah.
It's sterilized
in the wild like that. Yeah. 16 quart in a paper towel.
I like the 28 quarts because I spin the quart like they always want to run to one side or the other, so I spin it the other way to get them where I want them.
That's the only reason I like the large light box is because there's room for them to walk around. So I could put them in there, turn the light on, and let them walk around until they stop. The smaller light box, I have to cut the animal and keep it in one spot. It like moves over to the edge, and you don't want to take a picture of like showing half of the Sterilite tub that the light box is made out of, or something you got sitting on the table next to it, or something like that.
I tried a deli cup thing too, and I don't know. It's like as soon as they pull it off, it's like yay.
I did use like the Gym Pack 1 or the Gym Pack 2, depending on the size of the animal, and I'll hold it there, and you can feel it moving underneath of it. And I just hold it there until they don't move it, and then I get the camera on the tripod, or if I'm holding it in my hand, get it in focus and everything, and then I slowly pull it off of there and pop like 3 or 4 pictures, and then they'll take off running and do it again. But I literally take like 50 pictures of each animal.
Oh, at least.
Just to get like 2 decent ones. Yeah. And sometimes you don't even get any decent ones. You just get frustrated and like, hell with it. Put you back in there, we'll try next week.
You don't like those photos where the head is in focus but the tail is just a blur? I get a lot of that.
Well, if you notice my pictures, you'll see a lot of pictures. You'll see a lot of pictures of the same animals. That's because they are cool taking pictures. Like they just sit there, like, and cheese it up for the camera. I got a whole lot of other animals that don't get put on Facebook because they will not stop moving.
Yeah, I
right there. It was closed out.
I have so many that I've never taken pictures of that I really should. And I just...
I have to answer so many questions, like, what morph is that? Like, hell, I don't even know. You can't even see the gecko in the picture.
Yeah, and then organizing them in my computer is one thing, too, because I just snap a bunch of pictures. Whoever's good gets a picture taken, and then I upload them onto the computer, and then I look at them and I go, I think that's... I think that's this one.
So I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that has that issue where I take all the photos and I'm like, oh crap, which gecko is that? Oh man. What number is that?
I'll label it like for sale photo or for sale album, and then go back like a month later, like somebody wants to see a picture of the animal as a hatchling, like. Yeah, I remember which one it was. Like, I'm literally looking at the dots and stuff on the animal, and then going back to the tub. Like, is that the one?
Exactly.
No, I have to count the pattern.
I asked my daughter, and she goes, "Oh, you just make a photo album and move this and that." And I go, "What? Just do it for me." Well, I don't know what you're doing, and then trying to explain it to her.
Yeah, like, and just back all that up because I got like 10,000 pictures on a broken computer that I can't get to.
Yeah, I know. I got some on a different thing on this computer. I don't know how to get to them. They're in there.
Your computer's not even broken. You can't access the photos.
Yeah, it's probably not the computer. It's the operator here. So I'm not real good at these things. I get better.
Yeah.
I know how to make massive bills on the computer, like, pay with PayPal and credit card number. Yeah.
When you just know that, like, wait, is he making money?
I'm making it, but not by doing that. I could make it somewhere else and spend it on that. And I can pay utilities on it now too, though. So I pay the good bills on it.
Yep. There you go. You know what I started to try to do is I
gotta interrupt you for a second. I want to thank the sponsors: Luxurious Leopards, Lilith Leo Lovables, FC Geckos, Residual Arts, the Reptile Report Marketplace, and Holly's Homebred Reptiles. And I'm probably going to kill this episode and then crop out our friends in New Jersey and then reload it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so everybody knows. It'll be
Very
gone
good
until
idea.
about tomorrow night. Because I'm going to have to listen through the whole 3 hours and just take them out of it. Or change their words to something else. I don't know, maybe, unicorn or something.
Yeah, unicorns.
Yep.
Do unicorns eat chicken? I'm not sure. I don't know.
You're feeding them candy corns or something, yeah.
Hey, do you got that guy's number? We should post that number and have everybody call it.
It was White from the Future, and then something about avocados called back, and Super Avocado Man, and then, of course, that person that didn't like Santa Claus, they called, and then a bunch of other... Yeah.
Who doesn't like Santa Claus?
Oh, it was terrible. They said horrible things about Santa Claus. But,
some people still...
What about the simple things like King Chow's granny needed the whiskey? Now, that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a fun troll. If you're going to be a troll, be a fun troll.
That was probably the gateway. That was probably testing the waters.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I couldn't deny that.
That was terrible. I was like, wait, what are you keeping cage?
Yeah. All quiet.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's true. Moron is a dominant trait. Yeah, moron is a dominant trait.
Oh, yeah. What's that saying? You can't fix stupid?
Yeah.
Can't polish dirt.
Nope. Yeah, just roll it in glitter.
Somebody should have thought
Underneath it, still just a turd.
Somebody should have thought about culling that hatchling.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that we won't take things that don't have phone numbers anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enigma syndrome.
Yeah.
They're spinners.
So, we're in the last
He's
hour.
probably just hanging out in his basement eating Hot Pockets like, I'm going to call this radio show.
Yeah. I want to hear myself be an idiot.
He's probably got a bunch of geckos to feed that should be probably taken care of, and he's just fancies.
That's. I find better things to do with my time than to frickin' troll someone else's show or whatever. Like you have too much time on your hands.
I would,
especially trolling like that. I mean, not even like drunken granny was funny, but just being an idiot,
Yeah, that's
the worst part, Morgan, is this is a grown ass dude.
Yeah,
exactly.
It wasn't like some 12-year-old kid that was like, oh, I'm gonna do this for my friends. It was some grown ass man that was on the phone.
Yeah, that was
acting like
that was a
moron.
fan.
I mean, if you think that it makes the show look bad, it makes you look bad. You know, it doesn't make the show or any one of us look bad. It makes that person that called look like an idiot. You know, why would you make yourself look like an idiot unless you're an idiot? So I'm just going to call that guy an idiot.
And ruining the show, because I mean, we get the first 150 to 200 people is going to be tomorrow. And now they're all going to tune in and not know where the show is because it's gone. So,
well, that's probably their objective. I mean, to get the show not on the air or to get the show dumped or whatever.
That's
yeah.
I can't believe people always get out of you.
Some Simple things amuse simple people. So.
Yep.
What is
So what are we talking about?
It's on the cold side or the hot side?
Cold side now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who got something cool today?
I posted pictures. I hatched a het raptor that dropped its tail immediately.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Trying to get a weight on it, man. I couldn't believe that crap.
Really?
I only have one hatch thing do that.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, this is my first one, and I was holding the cup, that because the other egg is still incubating. So I'm like, all right. And then it started to try to run, and naturally I want to, drop my phone from taking pictures, and then it calmed down, and it just kind of started walking along my arm. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take pictures of it. And then it started getting towards my elbow, so I wedged my elbow up against my body. I pressed it up so that it couldn't flip out and then drop to the ground. And I got the lid on the Tupperware, put it back in the incubator while the baby was still there. But now I had to try to dig out this little, baby that's het raptor and freaking out. And when I got it cupped in my hand, I felt the tail rattle. And I'm like, all right, that's normal. And then all of a sudden, I felt the baby move and the tail just go like berserk. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I opened my hand, and sure enough, there was the tail. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Out of all the babies, like, seriously? I haven't even got it in its tub yet. That's where it was going, was to its tub. So,
gosh.
It couldn't even wait to do it in there. It had to do it in my hand. So, and then it peed on me. Just for good measure. Like, here, have the tail and have my bowel movement.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Messed up, right?
Yeah, it was messed up, and it was, I was looking forward to seeing it develop because I like watching the tails develop. I think the tail is a very good identifier, especially if I have a lot of atomics, and sometimes it's very hard to tell an orange gecko from an orange gecko. So I look at the tail. The tail has different markings on it, and I'm like, all right, cool. So, but now I have a tailless gecko, which, is even easier to identify right now. But I just like watching to see how they develop.
Oh, there you are.
So maybe it was just making life easy for me.
I had one jump out of a GEO one morning. I was in my flip-flops in the gecko room, and one jumped out of the GEO as soon as I opened that lid, and it got caught between my toe and the flip-flop, and I moved my foot because I thought I didn't know where it went. When I moved my foot, it dropped the tail.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, man, a little tail wiggling there.
Yeah.
You little brat.
Mm-hmm. That stinks. I've had one of my jump out of my hand and go under my bed, but they never dropped their tail.
Yeah, I've never had a leopard gecko drop a tail.
Yeah, I think
the children
I did not have one either, so.
After that, yeah. I had dozen of them.
Knock on wood,
two of them
guys. Knock on wood.
tails. Yeah.
I had my first one.
Knock on wood.
I dropped all my mealworms on the carpet, so I was having the vacuum in here. I was moving stuff around, and I freaked it out, and it dropped the tail. I'm like, dang it, why did that have to happen? It was one of the dark ones, too, one of my dark things.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was a little upset about it. It's like, oh, man, why did that have to happen? Gosh.
I dumped the mealworms thing. I've done that a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the carpet, it sucks.
Yeah, I know.
I've dumped the chow.
Oh, yeah.
In the carpet.
No, I'd be okay with the chow.
I knocked all my mini mealworms onto my carpet yesterday.
Like 4 pounds of it.
Sweet.
That's still, it's just like 4 pounds of dirt, no big deal. But 5,000 plus mealworms, that sucks, because then they burrow into the carpet.
It's like protein. It's cool. You find them when they get bigger. If they were micros or whatever, you find them when they get bigger.
Oh.
Yep.
So you just combine what you did with what I did. You just dump a bunch of gut load on the floor. When they come out there, you have to give it up.
Yep. There you go. Yeah.
Some vegetables, there you go.
Yeah. Exactly. And then you just quarantine that room off, and then when you need feeders, you just go in there, tweezers, and get down on the floor.
We're renting an apartment.
Oh, that sifting isn't hard enough, right?
Yeah, exactly. How do you do that with carpet?
Yeah.
I've done that before. I put them in a 28-quart tub, like when I first get them, you know how they're in newspaper, and then I put them in the 28-quart tub, and I gut load them with carrots and stuff, and then the gecko room, it keeps shrinking because I keep putting more racks in there. And then I'm klutzy, and I lift my foot up, and it catches the edge of the 28-quart tub and tips it all over. It's like, oh, son of a...
Yeah.
I say bad words, but I mean them. So that's cool.
That's one aggravating thing about getting the mealworms is the newspaper. It aggravates me to no end.
Yeah, I'm trying to
shake all the mealworms out, and if you pop that newspaper the wrong way, like 25 of them go over your shoulder.
Yeah.
You want to know a trick?
Oh, yeah.
You want to know the easiest way to get the mealworms off the paper?
Yeah.
Yes.
Put that muslin bag in your fridge for a few hours so that they slow down their movement and everything.
Yep.
And then you just like shake the bag, and they all fall off of the newspaper, and then you pour it into your 32-quart or whatever you're doing, and then unfold each one of those newspapers, and they just fall right off.
I'm going to have to try that.
Genius.
Yeah, shaking mealworm.
I'm on a roll tonight.
I get a big like 60-some quart tub, so I can shake them off into there without them popping out and flying all over the place. Like the world's largest Rubbermaid tub, man.
Yeah,
he gets in with them.
Yeah,
occasionally.
Just don't pick them up like I do, and then they won't put the newspaper in there.
Oh yeah,
you can get them without newspaper. Solve the problem right up front.
I'm driving across.
That's a little bit of a drive for me, though.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so
$200-$300 delivery fee.
Yeah,
and that's if I don't stop and eat.
Yeah, but at least you get to visit with me while you're here. I mean,
I can cruise down south for a while. Go to the beach.
Take your lunch back.
Yeah, get the mealworms, drive back, feed the geckos, start my drive again.
Yeah, your geckos will eat, once a week?
I gotta clean, too. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Clean water.
Oh, man. Yeah, I do have the luxury of being able to do that. Because I did the same thing, man. I used to, I would just I would shake the newspaper off in the bag. So I'd sit there and tap it and get them all out and then pull the newspaper out and stuff like that. Morgan has a good idea, though. Put them in the fridge, get them dormant, and then
I tried to get them all in the bag, and when they're not dormant and they're all climbing over the bag, you're trying to flip the bag inside out, and you got 20,000 mealworms that you're trying to deal with. It's fun.
It's a pain.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm still pretty sure that there's a few of them that are living in the room, in my gecko room.
Yeah, there's my little vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
Got load on down carpet lights or whatever they are.
Every once in a while, you'll find, like, you know how they die and they turn black? Like, every once in a while, like, once every couple months, they'll walk in and just be a black mealworm laying in the middle of the floor like, I know I didn't drop that. So that sucker got out from somewhere when I dumped him, like, 2 years ago, and he's been just thriving in here, living the good life.
It's cool. I got one of them vacuum cleaners that has the clear, easy, empty thingies on it. And I go in there and vacuum, and I look in there to see how many worms are in there. I go dump them.
Are they like flying around?
Oh, that's a big healthy one. Pull it out of the window back in the colony.
No, and then I take it out to the trash and I dump it on something in there so I can see it moving around. see how many I got. It's just fun stuff.
You always have to question your own fears, Jeff, but I didn't know you did it that way.
Where are mealworms native to?
That's a good question.
The Middle East, I think.
No,
I think they're native to the Middle East or something like that, aren't they?
the mealworms
I'm
were.
not sure.
They're a real
Because rainbows. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Jeff.
they're a real problem, like for corn and stuff like that in mill.
Yeah, like grains and stuff.
Yeah, grains and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, people that do all the agriculture stuff don't like them.
I was curious because sometimes when I have the mealworms before if I sift a bunch of mealworms and it has the shed skins in it, I'll go out back of my house and have them in like one of the 32 quart tubs. It's not real tall. It's only like 4 inches tall. And so I can spread them all out in there, and I'll kind of toss them up in the air in that tub, and then all the shed skins like blow out in the yard. But I know there's a dozen or 2 or 3 that might fall out in the yard. And
oh yeah.
So I don't know if we're breeding mealworms in my backyard. I don't know if I should go out there and look before I order them, or I don't know if they die. Maybe I should put some egg cartons out there somewhere. And
you should do that. You should put some carrots out there for them and stuff. And,
yeah.
No, I do the same thing. Like, if it's windy, I'll take them out there, and like the wind blows like between the fence and our house in this one area. So I take them out there and I kind of turn the tub a certain way, and all the little skins fly all out.
Yeah, and you don't even pay attention to when your neighbors are looking at you all crazy when you're tossing up a bunch of stuff in the air.
My neighbors are kind of far, but they already know I'm crazy, so. He's out there advertising. He's crazy again. Oh, yeah, we know. They see me out there taking pictures of the geckos in these tubs and stuff, and what's that guy doing? I don't know. He's crazy. Don't pay attention to him.
I don't think any of mine know that I have geckos anymore. They used to know that I had snakes, but I don't think they know that I have geckos.
Yeah.
Okay, I looked it up. Mealworms are original from the Mediterranean.
Oh.
Huh.
Did you think Supers is from Africa or something, right?
I don't
know. Yeah.
I think Ron Tremper brought the Supers over, and he introduced them to Rainbow to Supers from.
So
whatever.
Are Supers okay to ship? Like, because I have a problem with the mealworms when I get them shipped. I have to be careful about temperatures.
Oh yeah.
But
Supers ship a lot better.
Supers are fine, or they're the same way?
They ship a lot better.
No, Supers, they don't like the cold at all.
Yeah.
They're better with heat, but not too hot.
I was gonna say one of the first times I ordered 30,000 mealworms was like a 95-degree day, and I saw like the disclaimer like you shouldn't have it delivered to your house. And I'm like, whatever. You come to my house, they're mealworms. Yeah, I had a 30,000 cooked mealworms. There wasn't a single live one in it when I got them.
Yeah,
they're awful quiet. I don't even hear rustling the newspaper or anything in there. Like, I dumped that thing out and it was just a steaming mess of dead mealworms.
Smell weird too.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That's when you freeze, you dry them out real good and feed them to the dubia. You don't want to waste them.
Know what to do because they had that nasty smell to them, and some of them were brown and like it was.
That's done too with those. I go fishing and then like in a lake or the stream here, and I jump in the water with those. It works, man. Yeah.
They'd be full by the time I send 30,000 mealworms.
You just throw a couple at a time. And I think it gets the oils in the water too from them, and the fish come around, and then they'll eat those, but they like the live wigglers better.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, someone shipped me a bunch of giants, the red ones, on accident.
The red ones, be careful with, because the red giants They're
Yeah.
just dyed. They're dyed for fishing purposes.
Yeah,
So
well,
I've seen them in person. I wouldn't use those.
I was
I
just
use them
about
for
to ask
fishing.
that. Like, how are they the same species? Like, same genus and
What
species,
one?
but they're a different color. That's
Yeah,
I didn't understand.
yeah,
I
they're
didn't
dyed.
know.
They're dyed.
And the giants are treated with Precor, which is an insect growth regulator.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing they use when you spray for fleas, the insect growth regulator. And it's
Really?
Yeah, it's not really classified as a pesticide or insecticide. But they add other stuff to it for flea treatment. But yeah,
I thought they originally did that solely for the purpose of fishing, to make the mealworms larger for fishing purposes, and then feeder companies started using those same mealworms.
Yeah.
What they're using is juvenile hormone in the feeding process to keep the mealworm in the larval stage and achieve an abnormal length of 2 centimeters or greater.
Are you reading that?
I think you're recognizing that.
You couldn't tell me to read that. That was as fluid as it gets, man.
Hey, man, I read for my kids every single night, so I'm okay reader.
It was good. It was good, man. It was freaking story time.
I know.
It's funny you guys bring it up. I was literally just reading about it.
Yeah.
Juvenile hormones are a group of acylic cisquiterpenoids that regulate many aspects of insect physiology.
Precor or Gentrol is the brand names. If you look up Precor or Gentrol, you'll see that that's the active ingredient in it.
Yeah, they call formerly called neotenin.
Yeah.
Neotenin. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they synthesize it, and they do all kinds of stuff. And I don't know. I've never fed the giants to my leopard geckos just because of that. I don't know.
Yeah, I've always been hesitant to it because I was thinking growth hormone as they were putting in there. I was like, can you get giants like that?
No, most insect species contain only juvenile hormones. To date, JHO, JH1, and JH2 have been identified only in the Lepidoptera, butterflies and moths. The form JHB3, JH3. Bisepoxide appears to be the most important JH in the Diptera or flies. Certain species of crustaceans have been shown to produce and secrete methyl farnesoate, which is juvenile hormone free, lacking the epoxide group. Methyl farnesoate is believed to play a role similar to that of JH in crustaceans. So it actually is produced by the animal in the juvenile stages, which would be the larval stage of the mealworm, and it's just behind the brain.
Yeah.
It's actually already in the animal. They're just giving it more of it so it does not pupate.
Yeah, it's
so there's nothing wrong with them. There's no weird chemicals or anything. Natural.
But aren't they infertile? Like they don't reproduce. They turn into a beetle eventually, but they don't reproduce.
Yeah,
that's why I've always gotten normal mealworms because I'd breed them, and the giants. I used to have more about that when he first started trying to breed mealworms.
Giants? Because you wanted big mealworms?
I bred them giants. I got no worms from Michelle.
Yeah.
No worms ever.
Yeah, see, that's what it does is with the fleas, you have to beat the life cycle of the flea. So what they do is they get the Precor, and it makes them the rest of their body grow faster than their sexual organs, so they can't breed, or it makes their exoskeleton not grow and their insides keep growing, so they kind of implode on their junk. Cool.
Oh.
But
I don't know. I feed giants without issue to my geckos.
Yeah.
I have yet to really find one that, as an adult, that has had any issues.
Yeah, no, I've heard of a lot of people do it, and zoos use them to feed. I've read that zoos use them to feed, like the sugar gliders, or they feed a lot of stuff with them. You're getting more bang for the buck, It's like if you buy 1,000. That's why I like superworms. They're so much easier for me
Maybe we should feed the red ones the red ones that are dyed red to like the willow line tangs and have some.
Get more red in it? More
Yeah.
No,
just feed them some fish food. You're good.
I forget who it was. I got 500 of those or something, and I didn't even order them. And I think it was, I don't know if it was Rainbow or who it was, because I've ordered from all kinds of people, but I got those, and I go, what the heck are these? And then I looked it up, and I go, no, I'm not going to use these. And, I don't know, we took them down on the lake over here and caught some trout.
Yeah. There's a weird red sheen on the water, but fish.
Yeah.
Then I feed them to the birds and stuff, too. It's like when I clean out all the bins and change out cocoa fiber, I clean the bins, I just dump them all in another bin. And then I take them out and throw them in the compost pile, and I watch out the window, and all the birds go down there, and they're picking out the mealworms and the larvae and stuff.
Mealworm grass is good for compost.
Yeah, no, all of that stuff. Dubia frass I use in the compost pile, the gecko poop, the cocoa fiber.
Yeah, Rainbow actually sells that stuff. Rainbow sells the frass cast for fertilizer.
Yeah.
Go to the website, you can get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they make a lot of money doing that too, because there's a lot of organic farmers.
They probably make most of their money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it probably helps in the in the feed. Well, when you buy like wheat bran in bulk, man, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you think about it, their feeders are probably the byproduct of making the frass to sell to the farmers and different stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
it's like,
a complete cycle.
Well, the story is the history on Rainbow is that the gentleman that started that, he actually was the one that imported some of the first mealworms, and then Ron made a deal with that gentleman for the giant mealworms. So then that guy came up with the way to keep the meal, I guess, feeding that hormone or whatever it was. And he would supply Ron with all these worms at a severely discounted or free rate, basically, for that exchange. But they worked together to import all of this stuff. So,
yeah. Because he was originally from Fresno or something like that. He was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's her face runs it? The other daughter. I always forget her name, and I shouldn't because I see her at reptile shows all the time. But
what, Rainbow?
Jillian?
Yeah.
Jillian?
Jillian. Yeah, there you go.
No, Rainbow's been around. God, forever since '68 or something like that.
Oh. You should see their place. Their place is, you could tell because it's in Compton, that they were there before all the gangs and stuff moved in.
Yeah.
And it's really a bait and tackle shop. That's their sign is Rainbow Bait and Tackle.
Yeah.
And Rainbow Mealworms is just on the other side of the street. And then they just move when they need to ship. They just bring over these trays and everything. It's pretty cool to see how they do it, but. It's
everything is in California. That's ridiculous.
No, I went down there, years ago. I used to go there.
And Michelle, crap, Michelle. Do they have feeder? There's some roach breeders that used to be up in the Northeast. I don't remember his name, but I don't think they're in business anymore. That I used to get dubious from. That's where I started my colony. But other than that, everybody else feeders. All that mess is on the left coast.
Yeah, I heard
right
from Rainbow's awesome. Grubco, I used to order from them, and they're like in the middle of the U.S. somewhere.
They're in Ohio or something like that.
Ohio, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. So they were cool, but, they tended to get out of stock. And you have to wait like 2 or 3 weeks in order to get your worms in. I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah,
because there's a couple smaller breeders that were in like Georgia, and I think there was one small one that was in South Carolina that I ordered them from, and I ordered like 2 times. They were great, and then like the 3rd time, it's like, yeah, we're sold out. And you never hear from them again.
And then Top Flight's another one. I think they're in
Yeah.
Texas or something. I've ordered from them, but I think they're moving warehouse or something like that. I just go through Rainbow, heck, with all the, you know.
Yeah, I use Rainbow.
Yeah, there's New York.
Yeah, I prefer Rainbow.
Yeah, New York.
They charge way too much. And then I have to pay tax because, in New York State. So.
Yeah, we get taxed left and right in California. There's taxes on taxes because you paid taxes. I'll probably get taxed
And
for
then there's
saying
a
that.
processing fee for those taxes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you need a permit to use that money.
Yeah. Does anybody buy dubias, or does everybody just breed their own?
Dubias.
I buy them and breed them.
I bought dubias in 2010 or 11.
Yeah.
I haven't bought any since, but that's what I was thinking is like mealworms sometimes can be a pain in the butt to breed. Dubia or
they
as
breed
far as
really
I'm
good.
concerned, they breed really good and they're pretty steady. So I mean, unless you have a huge collection,
Yeah,
you pretty much just buy one order and you're good. That's why I don't see how dubia breeders can. If that's your sole feeder that you're selling, I would see it was kind of difficult to actually run a business by selling dubias.
No.
Yeah. Rainbow's doing it now too. They're selling dubias.
No, I don't
have
money
any
off
to
of
like them though.
I do. I got 2 colonies going, and I'm looking pretty good right now. But by the end of August into September, I beat up my colonies pretty bad, and I need to replenish them. And I pick them up at the shows and
rotate.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I just rotate. Like if I start noticing like my smaller nymphs and everything are getting low, and I start going through the egg crates, then I'll say, okay, well we're gonna order 10 or 20,000 mealworms from Rainbow, and we'll use those. And I might make a couple of orders from them for a few months while the nymphs grow up and have more babies. And I literally haven't bought dubia in 4 years or so. I've only bought dubias once.
Oh, yeah.
And I had so many at one point I had to sell like the whole colony at like 2,000 or 3,000.
Oh, I go through serious dubia.
Yeah.
For the females that just after they lay, they'll eat everything. Supers, mealworms, dubia.
And if you had,
I didn't have that experience.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have that experience. My females, I put the dubias in there, and they kind of looked at it like, and you expect me to do what with that? And then they just turned around and walked away. I'm like, eat it. Hello, eat it. So then as soon as I put worms in there, they came over to the dish. Hey, I was like, wait a minute here. I just spent all this money on stupid dubias.
I heard somebody else. I heard somebody else. I don't remember if it was Morgan. Yeah.
Yeah. I had issues with dubia, 2011 and 2012. It was last year, too. Yeah, for like 3 years I was going with Aaron Pauling. Isn't that him? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't want to name drop a random person. But, and nothing would eat them. But I just got some from Ashley, and I was like, that's interesting talking about, how productive they are at breeding, and people still, they're always sold out. Ashley from Top Notch Feeders Geckos, whatever she's calling herself now, was saying she could just breed. Yeah, she could just breed dubia roaches and not even have to breed anything else, and survive off of that because people just buy them. What is it like? I don't want to say what I pay, but it's like what, $45 for 500 or something like that.
Yeah, 35 or 500.
Something like that.
Or something.
Yeah.
If you're buying the mixed nymphs and stuff, then I can see where that would be. If you're not, if the consumer isn't buying adults.
Yeah.
Then I can see, because they live a long time. Like I think females could be completely off base, but I think the females live around 2 years and the males live around a year or something like that once they're mature.
Yeah.
If you haven't
I
set them
believe,
off.
I believe. Well,
Yeah,
I
people
believe
with
something
bearded
like that.
dragons and stuff, beardies eat them. So I mean, they can eat a lot.
Florence chameleon eats the adults.
Yeah.
Like, he loves the
I think
adults, man.
people's biggest problem with the dubia is that when they want to start a colony, they don't do it correctly. From what I know and what worked for me is when I first got the dubias, I set them up, put them in the dark tub, gave them the heat source around 95 degrees, and left them alone other than feeding and watering and stuff like that for like 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
Before I ever even started going into them, because if you start feeding them off early and the colony's not established, then you just dwindle the colony down to nothing.
The more that are in there,
that's what I've heard.
They like crowded areas. The more that are in there, the more they breed.
Exactly, because I see people that separate the nymphs from the adults,
mm-hmm.
or they clean too much.
Yeah,
because
they like
the
the
nymphs
frass
actually
too.
eat the frass. Yeah, so if you're keeping them too clean or things like that, like small things that just doesn't, it's not it's not conducive for breeding well. Exactly.
No, that's why I have 2 colonies, and I'll feed off of one for a while, and then I notice it getting low, and then I'll feed off the other one. Yeah, otherwise my mealworms, I mean, I go through a lot of mealworms and superworms as it is.
Yeah.
Like, it helps with the feeder bill.
And I think people keep them in clear tubs and stuff like that.
No, you got to keep them dark.
They want to be dark and
a little bit humid.
Yep.
And, carrots, oranges. I feed them zucchini, butternut squash, Nepalese cactus.
I feed them all kinds of stuff. I rotate them from chow and stuff like Cody's chow. I rotate them from that or to different vegetables, or if we're having salads or whatever, they get the leftovers from that. And
yeah, they like the greens.
Pretty much everything. I just keep it rotating. But I mean, they've done awesome. Like I said, they get so big that I put them in. I have 2 64-quart tubs, and I just have a small hole cut in the top, probably 6 by 8 hole cut in the top, lined with screen and hot glued on there, and keep pad on one side, 95 degrees, and they're good to go. They're in the closet of my gecko room, so it stays dark in there, and they're in the dark tub anyways, and they go to town, man. They can tear up some food, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
What kind of screen did you say you're using?
I use
that fiberglass screen.
Yeah, mine's just as cheap. It's almost like a plastic screen. I mean, if they got up to it, they could probably chew through it. But I use the clear packing tape and run one layer of clear packing tape around probably about 4 inches from the top of the tub, and none of the dubias can climb past that clear packing tape. I've never had a single dubia escape from it. People used to use Vaseline and stuff back in the day, or there was actually something that you could buy that was
cooking oil or something.
Yeah, it was something that they actually sold for the dubias that you could rub around the top of the tub and it would stop them. Clear packing tape works just as well.
I just buy the smooth tubs.
Yeah, I mean I have the.
You got to fill inside the tubs when you get them.
Yeah. I mean
I
have big tubs, but I just I just put the clear packing tape around it for peace of mind, and it works perfect.
Yeah.
Because even the smooth tubs, those small nymphs, those 1/4-inch nymphs, they can climb the imperfections in the plastic. I mean, can they get out? There might be a few that might be able to get out, but they can't climb that clear
I have a problem
tape.
with these. There's different tubs. I bought some, I don't know, they were a lighter blue tub. They were on sale or something. I said, I can always use these. And I tried those, and they could climb those. And then I got these dark 18-quart, 18-gallon. Home is the name on it. or Holmes. I don't know. What's up, Holmes?
I don't even have names on mine. Mine's Sterilite. I don't know. I don't know how many. I think they're, I don't know. They're like 35 gallon. I think that's what they are.
Yeah, I got 2 18 gallons, and
yeah,
I got a smaller one too, but I have the Turks in that one.
Yeah, I don't have any of those other roaches. I thought about trying to start a colony of like the Beelats, but
yeah,
I never did.
They're a pain.
Are they?
Yeah, they're good for like hatchling geckos and stuff. And the bigger ones eat them too, but they breed so quick. I give a lot away. I got a friend that has Ackies up here, and I get too many, and then I get a container and I smack the egg crates on there and take a container over his house, and he feeds them to his stuff, and they get out. I don't know. I've had them loose in the gecko room, and then they live, but not for very long.
And they can climb like the
they can,
tubs and all that stuff?
Yeah. They can't climb the smooth tub that I have, but if there's like any roughness in the tub, they can climb. And when you put your hand in the tub, if you're wearing a sweatshirt or something, or even on the hairs on your arm, they'll climb up that. They're not a lot of fun.
And the red runners, are those even?
Yeah, those are the red runner cats.
Oh, okay, those are the.
Yeah, they can climb, but they climb better than dubia, but still.
What was the other species? Turks, is that what you said?
Yeah, Turks, red runners, Beelats, it's the same thing. You might be thinking of what is it?
There's
lobster
another
roaches.
one that
Lobster roaches.
Yeah.
I think they can climb. I don't know.
I was going to say because there's one that I saw that they said it can pretty much climb out of all the tubs. They're keep.
I don't know. I've never tried the lobster roaches. They sound delicious. A little butter.
Yeah.
I think you gotta use a butter sauce for them, but
yeah.
No, but I've never tried those. I wanted to, just because I'll try any kind of feeder to help with the food bill.
Yeah. Also, like just giving like the geckos a variety, you know, like
variety, because you don't.
It's almost like stimulating them too, as far as like feeders go.
Yeah, and then you don't know, when you sell one or whatever, you don't know what they're going to feed them on the other end. So I like them to be able to, get a variety of stuff. I think that's
now with the hatchlings. Does everybody here that start the hatchlings on mealworms, or do you also give them the dubia nymphs, or how does everybody do that?
I feed them mealworms. I try to I try to get everybody on mealworms, and as soon as they can eat superworms, I feed them superworms.
Their first meals, I give them mealworms. As soon as they're eating mealworms normally, then I'll mix in, like in their bowl, I'll give them the mealworms, and then I'll also throw in like a few dubia nymphs.
Yeah.
Or I'll just like toss in like 1 or 2 dubia nymphs to let them kind of run around inside the tubs. And,
just so they get used to it, huh?
Yeah, and I don't have, I'm trying to think, I may have one or 2 animals in my entire collection that just flat out won't eat dubia for whatever reason. But all the other ones, everything that I've raised up from the eggs eats dubias and mealworms without problem.
Yeah, most of mine will. Mm-hmm. And I got some that they'll just eat mealworms. I got a couple that they just eat mealworms, and their babies only eat mealworms.
Yeah, and I have a couple that go through phases. Like they're like, no, I don't want mealworms anymore. And you'll throw in a dubia, and you'll just see their eyes light up, and they're all about the dubia. But
yeah, that motion.
Yeah, it's funny when they see it moving, and all of a sudden they're almost like they have that like I don't know, that glazed over stare. They're just off and never land, and then they see it move, and like their eyes light up, and get bigger, and like they're completely focused on that feeder. Like that's funny.
Give me that dubia.
Yeah.
That sounds like fat tails, not leopard geckos.
No, fat tails do that. I don't have any fat tails. I've never had a fat tail.
Yeah, all my geckos have fat tails. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's healthy.
Fat, they can't even lift it off the ground. They just drag it. They all look like males. Just dragging them all over.
Dan, I've never had cresties. I think all of them are cool, but I've had all kinds of other stuff, but I've never had fat tails or cresties.
I have both.
Either.
Yeah. Lucky. I don't have enough room for all that. There's so many.
I have like 5 different species.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have leopard geckos and leopard geckos and leopard
I'm
geckos.
taking baby steps. I'm working on getting some pictus, and then I don't know what the next species is going to be.
Oh, you need pictus. You need them.
Oh, I already have some picked out. I just
Get some pictus picked out.
Yeah. yeah. That's picked. Yeah, exactly. They're picked out.
No, I like looking at all the other ones. Lychee.
Oh, the lychees.
Yeah, I like those. Yep. I know someone that has one close by here. They got eggs cooking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who keeps buzzing?
Who's vibrating?
That's me.
Not me.
It's me.
Oh, that's a customer.
Man. Popular kids around here these days.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Kid, I'm 31, thanks.
Still kids in.
That's somebody looking for fascios.
Yeah. Fascios.
That's my personal phone number.
Yeah.
I love fascios. They're so much different. They're the same, but they're
that's
different.
so much fun.
Little squeakers,
Yeah.
You're just talking about.
And if you're 31, Michelle, I still have 2 siblings older than you, so.
Oh, I'm 31.
Technically, you're a kid.
My son, my oldest kid is 33.
Oh,
there you go.
As they're making me feel old, man.
Val. Oh.
No, I'm 29.
I don't even know who's all on the phone.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? Who's on the phone?
I thought I heard I'm not a kid, I'm 31 or something. So.
That's Val.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that you get introduced. What in the world?
Oh.
You just wanted to be sneaky.
I snuck in.
Wow. Yeah,
Super snow babies.
All you kids are making me feel old, man.
You're only as old as you are, Jeff.
I know. Huh?
Even in here.
Freaking Morgan.
Yeah, no kidding. Morgan's the puppy, isn't he? Morgan's 27.
Morgan's the baby in the group.
Yeah.
Puppy Morgan.
He's a puppy. You're all whippersnappers.
Yeah.
How are the babies doing, Val?
They're good. They're cute, and I love them, and I stare at them daily. I adore them. But yeah, I have one other egg left and a couple of gravid females, not all the same species. I have a gargoyle egg right now. I have a fat tail that's gravid. Yeah.
Gargoyles, those are cool, too.
Was the fat tail from Jessica?
One of them is, but she's not old enough to breed yet, even though she's showing follicles. But she's not even a year, so not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I also have a starburst cocktail from Ohio geckos. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, I have gargoyles, crested. I just had a male and female crested pair just pair up tonight. My Leo's fat tails, and I have one solo Saracen gecko just by himself.
Nice little variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gargoyles are another cool one I like. They're neat looking.
They're fun, but they definitely, if you're, from what I've noticed with the ones that I have, like, you put them in for a night together, the male and female, and you separate them, like, instantly. They're really aggressive towards each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
They're like people.
They're rough. Like, my one female, she actually was dragging the male around by its front leg, and I was like, oh, my gosh. I'm pulling out, because he was like, what the heck was happening?
Wow. Scorching leg.
Yeah, so, yeah, and he's my only male right now, so I don't really need him injured in any way, shape, or form.
So it would be good to have a tripod male.
I mean, he's already missing his toes, and I got him that way from the person that I got him from. I instantly messaged him when I got him, and I was like, you know he doesn't have toes, right? And he's totally freaked out. Like, no, I didn't even notice. And, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
He's missing his front leg. Like, didn't you see that?
I mean, it's really bad. I'll have to post a picture for you. Like, he's literally on his left side, both front and back are almost completely all gone.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah.
But he still gets the job done, right?
Yeah, he does. And he eats like nobody's business. He's fat, and that's all. I mean, and he's healthy, so that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, if you're breathing, then it's. I know. I see people selling stuff on their sites and stuff, and they say missing toes in the back, stub toe, blah blah blah, and you look at the price, and it's like, wow, it's the same price. it's one that's not. So they're kind of catering to breeders. If you want the genetics of an animal, I don't know. I would try to talk them down.
Yeah. You got a lazy eye.
They wouldn't be worth the genetics.
Yeah.
He's got great genetics, but he's got a lazy eye, 3 legs, a kink tail, and walks in circles. But he's got
sterile
genetics.
Yeah, it might be sterile and one hemipene.
But he's got excellent potential.
Yeah. That's all that matters right there. You're paying for the potential.
That's right.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. No thank you.
No thanks, yeah.
No, if you're gonna pay, if you're gonna pay for something. No, it's good that they post what's wrong with the animal on the site, so you have a choice. But when they don't post it and you get an animal, I'd be a little bit upset. I forget to mention that.
Huh? Oh, really?
I know it happened to me twice now.
Wow.
I have a crested gecko. I originally replied to the picture, and it was supposed to be a red tiger female at about 18, 20 grams. I get it. It's clearly a male. If you can't tell it's a male, then you really don't have eyes, because I can clearly see the testicles just hanging out. And,
Stevie Wonder could have told it was a male.
Right? And he actually has a shoulder problem. I don't know if it's genetic or not, because he claims that it's from AC line. I don't really buy it, but AC charges way too much for their crested geckos anyway, in my opinion. But yeah, I've taken him to my school, because I just finished school for vet tech, so I can specialize in reptile vet tech. And
awesome.
Yeah. So we were taking a bunch of X-rays in him, and we can't even see any physical break or anything, like if he had an injury.
But he's got this weird, like, ball, like, in his neck, almost. That's the best way I could describe it. And he seems to be getting around fine. I'm probably not going to breed him now, which really sucks because he's really pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a neon red when he fires up. Like, he is just like neon red. It's ridiculously amazing, and I totally love him. And then I thought about breeding him once just to see if it's something genetic or if it's just him, like if he got funny in his egg, something. And then if I ended up selling those babies, let the people know that, you know, hey, they could have a potential. But I don't know that I want to go through all that hassle.
That sucks. Pay for a horse and they give you a meal.
Yeah, and then it literally took me 2.5, 3 months, if not even longer, just to even get him to acknowledge that there was something wrong. He was complaining that he was going to be out all his money and was going to take him back and then ship me a female and all this other crap. And I'm like, no, I've invested money into this guy, so you're not getting him back because I don't know what the heck you'll do with him if he obviously came to me in this state. Because at the time when I got him, I don't know if he just got jostled really bad while shipping, but, like, his plagal vent was totally bruised, like, unbelievably bruised. Like, it was ridiculous. It turned into a hot mess, and I just now, within the last, like, maybe couple of weeks, and I got this gecko, like I said, like 4 months ago. He's now said that he'll give me a credit.
I would just send you another one or whatever.
I can't get him to do it. It's like pulling teeth. I can't. He didn't even acknowledge. He said that it was something that I was doing wrong with the gecko, and I'm like, I messaged you immediately after I opened the box.
Trick in the book.
See it.
Yeah.
Blame the customer. Blame the consumer. Yeah.
Oh, but, like, you can't. Yeah. I mean,
we got to man up to your stuff, man. That's
I can't, and it really pissed me off because I didn't really know exactly what else I was supposed to do because I literally opened the box and I said, this, and this is wrong. Tell me about it now because, like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I can see when there's something wrong. And he said nothing. He just kept fighting it. So it was really annoying.
No customer service right there.
Yeah.
No, I would.
Like, I sold you a crappy animal, but I'll give you a credit if you want to buy another crappy animal.
Pay the shipping again.
Yeah, exactly. I'll hook you up.
No, I'd be all over that.
Yeah, you want me to pay the shipping? And I'm like, no, I'm not paying anything. Like, you're going to give me everything. But I don't want any from him anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could see that point.
Yeah.
It makes you gun shy anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like like, who do you choose from? Like, I mean, you can't trust some of these people. How do you know you can trust somebody else? Like, especially when they treat you over like that.
I got a patternless trimper one time from somebody, and it was sold as a patternless trimper, and it turned out to be patternless trimper Max Snow. And which it wasn't a bad thing. It's just that when I bred it and I got a Max Snow, it's like, what the? Yeah. So I got a hold of the breeder, and they made it right and everything, and no big deal. But I mean, they acknowledged it and said, yeah, well, I could have done it because I had, blood. I mean, they looked the same. But so I gave that gecko to someone else up here that's working with the patternless Max Snows. But the breeder made it right, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, so that's all I asked him to do.
Yeah, and they paid the shipping and everything, so it was it's only the right thing to do. But that's the only kind of weird deal I got out of everything I've got.
I mean, I haven't had a problem with anything else. Like, everybody else is totally fine. They're all fat and happy, and not fat. I'm like, decent fat. Like, they're not flubbed out little alligators running around.
They're all morbidly obese.
No, they're not. No,
they're robust animals.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, they're
totally.
all healthy. Yeah. But He'll drag on the ground like. Well, I do have one male that's ginormous, but he's just huge. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, some animals are just bigger than others. They're built different.
Yeah.
I know I have a giant shrimper, Max Snow, and he really doesn't eat that much. You know, for his size and everything, he'll eat, but not